back, you filthy Valorant casuals. I hope you guys snacked. I hope you guys hydrated because we are getting into match 1 of the night, but I can't cast it all alone. I'm going to be joined by your lovely casters for match 1, Eli the Curry and the OG Bent. What is up, you guys?
What is up? I'm so excited to be back. It's been like I've been waiting forever for this. It feels like it could not have come faster. As you know, we are
10,000 rounds.
10,000. No, that's
5 phases. Eco rounds. I have waited.
I think not even that. Like a million rounds depleted. Bullets. I'm waiting for the bullets. I want the bullets. I want bloodshed. I am a vampire.
Bloodthirst.
Yes, the aces. We got to see some aces in these playoffs, please. I've only seen 2. I need to be part of more.
That's right. You have only seen 2.
Yes, I only got to watch when Funny Man and Muted got the other ones. So as we are going into this match, we are going against Gold and Sacramento State.
State, Dominguez Hills Gold going up against Sacramento State. A little non-CVL rivalry going over these two schools were actually involved in another Valorant competition over the course of late November, early December, and the two teams met up in the finals of that event. And I can confirm Dominguez Hills actually took that matchup. So there's a little bit of some history going down here outside of CVL, and now they are going to revisit that rivalry here in round 1 of the Diamond playoff bracket. Just a reminder for you all that the Collegiate Valorant League has been split now. We have 2 brackets. We've got the lower bracket, the Diamond bracket match we will be watching today, and then the Immortals bracket, which will be kicking off tomorrow, if I recall correctly. Both playoff brackets will be single elimination, so if you lose your first game, well, congratulations for making it to the playoffs, and now it's over. And the matches will be best 2 out of 3, which means we will be watching more than one map per team, the first that we've done here at the Collegiate Valorant League, and I'm very excited for that.
This is going to be amazing. We've already seen great teams. Now the best teams are here. They're putting them against each other, and we're going to see who actually is going to take it all. This is one for all. This is who gets the crown. That's what I want to know. Who gets the crown?
Winner gets to move on in the bracket, get one step closer to securing that first place prize and that first place prize pot. Loser, well, that'll be the end of it. You know, they usually say win or go home, but in this era, it's kind of like win or be unhappy at home.
Be home happy or be home unhappy.
This is the new age. We don't actually have to travel anywhere, as we are all across the country here. Online is great, except for when the wires don't work.
Yeah, except for when the internet goes out or the the server lags for no reason. But you know, we're professionals. Certainly, nobody's ever had that issue, right?
That's what we hope.
Well, we actually also did see a little glimpse of their team comp, which is cool because that update hadn't been installed when we first started the tournament, so that's cool. But do you guys have anything to say about what they were running, what comps they were running?
You're asking a very hard question because honestly, you're asking me to go back in like the recesses of my mind and trying to get together everything I've seen and put it into a single sentence.
I can confirm because I saw it, but I didn't see anything especially unique yet. I don't think that either team is gonna really change up. I don't feel like we're gonna get wild card picks and things we haven't seen before at this port of the event, because you know, like at this point now, you have to play at your best at all times. So this is not especially the best time to try to debut something extremely brand new for your side as well. Sacramento State, is playing with a slightly different roster than they had over the course of the regular season. There are a couple of names that we have seen over the course of those past few weeks, but they are debuting basically a new roster. It's overhauled, I would say. Players that were signed up for the season before it began, but that weren't playing in the majority of matches. So now, you're going to have to congeal and get ready to play against teams that you may not have seen consistently over the course of weeks. And so they're going to have to be ready on that, as it looks like we are
I do wonder. Well, I mean, they have had since we ended the regular season, 3 weeks now coming into the playoffs, so they obviously had time to train, to set up, and all that, right? So I mean, if it was me, I would try different play styles, because why not try to pull something out of a hat?
Sorry, I'm trying to. Is anybody else getting
Yes.
I am getting
Okay.
the black screen, so.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, as I don't know if anyone heard me, but anyone.
I'm sorry. I'm just distracted watching it because we were going into the match and then it dropped off and it completely
No,
blanked my memory.
yes, new play style. Yes, yes. I was listening.
Okay. I didn't know what was going on.
It was all.
Like, I was just trying to talk through whatever was happening, so we just got to keep on moving, just keep everything going. So yes, 3 weeks and we haven't seen anything happen. So who knows? If it was me, I might switch up a couple things, maybe try different characters, try some new guns, whatever. Let's try to switch it up so that we're coming in with a new trick up our sleeve with an ace, maybe a little bit up there we can pull out if we need to.
Keep putting it into the world, man. Keep putting it out there. Manifest that ace for yourself, man.
I'm just saying, the more I say ace, the greater chance I think it's going to happen. So if I say ace 100 times tonight before I go to bed, there's a possible chance it might happen tomorrow.
You know what? We get to believe. We have that option. All right. We are dropping in now live. It looks like we missed round 1, but it did go the way of Dominguez Hills. As you see, Dongle right now on that breach, 0, rocking the jet. Quintessential character selections that we have seen from them before, as 0 now able to take out Prolios. There's a little bit of an investment, at least from 0's side. We don't see the guns for the rest of Dominguez Hills, but we can see that 0 has upgraded weaponry a little bit. Got that stinger now. They hold down that tight corner.
I have seen 0. I mean, 0 is a name that we've already praised so much even before the playoffs, so I'm ready to see a lot of great gameplay from him. Same with DCMH. I know those are 2 names that we've definitely praised. And Chris. Honestly, this whole team, for the most part.
See? Now Eli getting the wallbang kill on 0. DCMH not out in heaven trying to shut it down. The rotation is through now for Dominguez Hills, but you see Mitchell set up.
30 seconds left.
And Bo3 getting the plant down. We will have the spike down here for Sacramento State. It's a 4v4, but still very patient even after the plant. We'll have to see how that works itself out here as Dominguez Hills will have to commit to this retake at some point, unless, they just feel like gifting around, but I highly doubt that. Oh, beautiful shot there by Prodigy.
Yeah, Prodigy on Dongle. What a great shot as Bobik does get Prodigy as that follow-up. Now it's a 3v2. We have 2 very low healths on, and Trippy coming around that side with DCMH. Bobik again following it up. And then Chris closing out that round again. So now we're going into a 2v0 or a 2-0. So
Bobik doing a great job there, looking like he was auditioning for the Avengers there. A couple of great shots on the side of Sacramento State, but Bobik was able to respond. It's exactly what you want, one of your main defenders to do, is to be ready to respond and come across those angles, prevent follow-ups and snowball effects. And so now a quick 2-0 lead here for Dominguez Hills, a strong start for them, as Sacramento State had a couple of great shots, but they have not been able to push through just yet. As a reminder for those of you who are unfamiliar with Valorant, each team will take sides or take turns on each side. 6 rounds for attackers, 6 rounds. Wait, 6. That's not right. Help again. My brain broke. Commentator brain broke.
I guess I'm coming in. All right, so we have 12 rounds until the switch, and it's gonna be it can go any way. We can have 11-1, 10-2, whatever it is, till the halfway switch, and then we switch it around. Attackers, defenders switch up. We got an economy we got to take care of. We got guns you got to buy, armor you got to buy, abilities you got to buy. I'm just waiting for Eli to restart because
I'm sorry. I'm back. We didn't. This is why we had a preseason before we started.
This is about, yes, we had a preseason and we still can't get this right. We still have smooth brains, smoother than anything else in the world.
Oh my goodness.
I think we have smoother brains than peanut butter.
Yeah,
and I don't know how smooth that is.
I mean, I'm crunchy fam. but that might have gotten me. That might be a worse thing for me to have said than the wrong halves. But I can count to 3, and that is the number of wins Dominguez Hills has already gotten thus far. So they continue now pushing out here after the bye from Sacramento State. And things looking very strong as we see Zero investing, getting that operator on the board. Gonna have full guns and equipment on the side of Dominguez Hills. Sacramento State with a tough choice here. They're gonna have to now start considering whether it's even worth it to buy up weapons and armor for these rounds. And it looks like they're gonna forgo that as we enter into round 4.
Already Zero popping up with Rippy. I wish we would have saw that, because Zero, we've seen some great shots from Zero as he already gets another one on Mitchell. That headshot though, real quick.
That's a great one. That's not even necessary to kill with the operator. That's just how locked in Zero is to begin the playoffs.
And you already starting off with 2 great kills on their sides. This is what we've seen a lot from Valorant teams, is once you get that first initiation, once you get those first 1 to 2 kills, the other team seems to fall apart. So now as we see, we're trying to get a rotation around to B side from the attackers, but it's just Zero's honed in. Right now he's on a 4. Come on, Zero. If you're the first one to get an ace, you get the biggest pat on the back and a shout out from yours truly. But never mind.
Unfortunately, Dongo and Bobbitt go in and just close out the round. A flawless here for Dominguez Hills as they go up 4-0. Zero looking beautiful. 75% shots in that round. And now Sacramento State are going to be able to buy in again, but they are swiftly losing ground, falling very far behind in the round count. They're going to need to turn things around. First of all, now navigating Zero, controlling corners and absolutely obliterating the Sacramento attack with that operator. Ben, what do you think is the adjustment here for Sacramento State? How do you think they can get around this staunch defense to begin with?
It's almost how do you how can I put this? Let's say it's an ant going against a molehill, right? We got an unstoppable force versus an immovable object, or no, that's not it. But whatever. Either way, I'm trying to get this point across that it's gonna be an uphill battle. So they're gonna have to make sure their shots are on. I mean, their abilities and all that are not all the way bought. They weren't able to do full buys, where Gold over here has full buys. We got Zero on this operator, which is a very big investment. So I mean, he's set for sure, just gaining points from each kill. While we see, Sac State, just all their abilities are bought. They're sitting pretty stacked, and if they lose a round, they can come back again. Where Sac State, they really need to come back and make sure their skills are on point with their gunplay. So that's where we're gonna have to see is who's better with what guns they use. So right now we're seeing a 3v3.
Yeah, as we come around, there's a B push here. First time Sacramento State has tried that in this game. And we saw Mitchell hunting Zero down earlier. So the operator out of play here. Spike does go down on the B side, and there's Krolos trying to get something done with the operator, but Bobbitt is able to take him out. Before Krolos is even able to really muster up much of the defense here. So now with 3v2, as the mood happens, Dominguez still shooting through the wall. Got that information thanks to the arrows there. Great job, Bobbitt, getting that intel out, but
so we got
representing well. That's 3.
Oh my goodness, and we got Killjoy sees him and not able to pull out as Bo3 gets a 4. We need one more. You had that ace. I am longing for that ace, and everyone gets so close but can never follow through.
Oh, all the same, Bo3 with a tremendous showing there to salvage round number 5 and get Sacramento State on the board. And that is the gameplay that Sacramento State's looking for, because we did not see Bo3 during the regular season. So this is the first time now we've gotten a chance to watch Bo3 get to work. And those are the types of round-changing performances that Sacramento State is going to need if they want to go further in this diamond bracket, think about taking it home, and certainly try to even up this first half. As
I mean, we already do have Gold with 4 wins, all together and with no breaks. Now that the momentum's broken, can they keep this momentum going again? Can they restart it? Or does it flame out?
You see the Odin on the side of Bobbitt. You see Dongo there with the Phantom holding it down on the B side again. So it's another reinvestment here for Dominguez Hills, wasting no time. Obviously, with a 4-round, advantage, you definitely get to save up a bunch of money. The first round you lost, you don't have to completely reset. Zero even going so far as to reinvest in the operator. And they're back at it again as Prodigy takes the peek and gets the pop. Zero with the shot now, rotating around here to try to reposition, get another shot off as they're going to enter and they have it on the A site. And it's still split formation here from Sacramento State. They have not committed just yet.
They have not committed on either side, and that's what's they did. They were very strong on B side coming through middle, and now they're just both two. We got two stuck in middle, one on B, one on A. This very split up. So if one goes down, the teammates to come through and help. It's gonna be a long rotation from either side, except for the two in the middle. So I have to see how they're gonna play this. As Zero is trying to get these pop shots off because he knows there's somebody in that middle.
Indeed, but time is now running short here.
10 seconds left. Deleted.
And look at did he get it?
Yeah, last second got the plant there.
Chris got the plant with, I don't even know if there was any time left. It was like maybe half a second left. So Chris was able to get that off, now giving them more time.
And only lost one in that was really a desperate all-in push to get the spike down before the time in. And now, just like that, Sacramento State is actually able to get something of a defensive formation put up here. You see the spike. Dongle turning the wrong way. Eli lining up the shot. He gets the kill, but Zero responds. And now going to go hunt down, try to get the second one.
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know he's. Yeah, Playboy. Bo3 was right behind Zero.
And what a shot by Bo3. That's going to save the round again for Sacramento State. Bo3 turned the corner as Bobik was trying to provide cover fire with the Odin of all weapons and wasn't able to lay down suppressing fire fast enough. Bo3 with another clutch performance to help stabilize that round and get Sacramento State a second straight victory. As now, perhaps, momentum starting to shift, doubt starting to creep in. Sacramento State now showing signs of life and getting themselves back into the first half of this game. And as we should note, as it was mentioned in the chat correctly, this is a best 2 out of 3. So we are not doing one map as we had done in the regular season. The teams have actually, a ban system is in place. The two teams have chosen maps for them to play on. So after this one, we will have at least one more map for you, possibly two more, depending on how far it goes. Right now, Sacramento State going to need to get into the site, and Zero is making that a troublesome proposition as Kolios goes down again, trying to enter. Sacramento State forced to wait again, reposition, and figure out how to get this done with only 4 agents.
We are seeing on Zero's side how he's adapted very quickly from using the operator to now using I think it's the Vandal, right? The Vandal, you know, switching it over. No, the Phantom. Using the Phantom. That's a great skill to have as any player, just being able to adapt to different situations.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
As we see now, we got the Phoenix going in it, and Phoenix Trippy did get Dongle off that ultimate usage. That was good. As Bobik is now trying to come from behind.
Yeah, Bobik with the slow play here, gonna play around the flank. Actually gonna let Bo3 through. He'll get the plant, and he catches Eli. So Bobik now, by taking the slow approach, gets to and gets the intel out as Prodigy is able to get the kill here. But the intel is out now. Prodigy will get pushed very hard on this near corner. Oh, but the lack of patience. DCMH turns around. Prodigy gets one, isn't able to follow up.
But Chris is able to take out Prodigy before he's able to get any further. Now Bo3 stuck in the corner in the backside of B, not able, and getting taken out. Now the defender's going for the defuse. Have they sparked that fire back? Are they going to keep this momentum now? We did see Sac State. Their heart line was flatlined, and you saw just a little bump.
Mm-hmm.
Is that heart coming back? Is that passion there?
Well, that was a great retake from Dominguez Hills. You saw the precision, the timing of it. They were able to execute it perfectly. But this is still a really close last few rounds here, as Bo3 had to position themselves exactly to not get detained by the kill joint ult, which is basically instant death if you get caught in it, especially with two people who knew exactly where you are. But we'll have to see now. These B point pushes for Sacramento State have been very scary if you're a Dominguez Hills fan. They've gotten into the site, they've gotten plants, and they've come really close now in one round and successful on another round. So we'll see whether Sacramento State looks to push towards B more as we get into the last half of this first half, or whether they'll continue. It looks like they're trying again to set up on A initially. And we'll see how that goes.
We have seen A being planted a couple times, so if they're, I would not be surprised if they're going to start pushing A more and trying to go to B.
You see right here, Zero set up, and it's just going to be in the Hawk's eye view, and they get 2 there, separate, and Chris follows up with 3. 2 for Chris. It's a double-double as Chris and Zero each get 2, and now Prodigy left alone to make something miraculous happen with Reyna.
Is Prodigy going to be able to clutch this out? We got a 1v3. Nope. Bobic's able to come through with that headshot on Prodigy, shutting him down.
Bobic says no.
There. Yep. Question's been answered.
How about nah?
When I meant to say a couple of sentences ago, it's like we have seen him plan on B a couple of times. So are they going to go there, or are they going to keep trying to go A? B I mean, both places. If the defenders are set up, the defenders are set up for the most part.
I think for Sacramento State, it's gone better on B thus far. It seems to have been, if not a more comfortable site for them to push in on, a defense that Dominguez Hills hasn't been quite as prepped on. But regardless of which side they're going to push, Prodigy getting things off with a great start there, getting the kill on DCMH. That'll really help. There's the flash up as Prodigy tries to initiate again. Going to get some resistance there. Zero smoke down. They're corner to corner. You see Eli and Prodigy both ready. That's a couple of really tough agents to fight against coming around corners. Phoenix.
Oh, and Zero able to take him out. Prodigy out with the Blade Storm right there.
Yeah. Well, but then there's a response there. Eli able to take out Zero. So now again, 3v4 here with 55 seconds left on the clock. It's a very important round for Sacramento State if they want to be able to salvage this half and keep it even heading into the second half. When they are on the defense, they're going to need to win every round from here on out. As Prolio starts to get the plant down, Chris takes out Eli, who was looking to go for the long flank. So that'll salvage the formation here for Dominguez Hills. They don't have to rush in quite as much. They are going to need to figure out something here. As we see 2 moving around, high side on Heavens. Chris with the flank, gets the wall bang on Krolios, now 3v2, and all of a sudden, Bo3 and Mitchell are going to have to make something special happen in order to salvage this round.
And A is a wonderful place for defenders to be. Such a great place to have a choke point, especially coming through that middle hallway. As Bobby goes for the defuse, I mean, I don't see why not. As Bo3 does take out all 3!
Call the number!
Chris! Dongle!
100, that's my round. Bo3 is at it again. Bo3 said, put the spike down and walk away. I got this. 3K on the spike? Are you serious? Okay.
And it looked like they all had it. How did that even work? 3 guns versus 1, and the 1 prevails.
Yep. Bo3 woke up today feeling dangerous.
Never mind. We gotta keep this PG-13. So anyway. Yes.
Well, it is another crucial clutch there from Bo3, and it's gonna need to be 3 more of those for Sacramento State, whether through individual heroism or team effort. You don't want to fall behind and come up slacking on your attacking rounds, because 1, 2, 3 pistol rounds from the attackers, and you can find yourself at a deficit too much to overcome. As we see Dongle now getting 2. Great job there as Eli falls and Mitchell falls. Or actually, no, that was Bo3, wasn't it? Who that second one who went down, right? That's Bo3 on the cipher. So now one of the stars for Sacramento State thus far for them going down, and really no real beginnings of a push here. As Prodigy's able to take out Dongle,
which I'm surprised whoever was with Dongle wasn't paying too much attention. I think Bobby could take out Prodigy my names are all getting mixed up. When he went and took out Dongle, Prodigy was kind of open. I'm surprised Bobby didn't take that opportunity to take that advantage.
Yeah, whatever it was, whether miscommunication or just, mistiming on the formation, Prodigy getting 2 themselves now. looking to make something happen. But DCMH on the far end takes out Prodigy. Crowleo's able to respond. It's a 2v2, and Crowleos is running out of time. Gonna need to get the spike down real quick here into the B site.
If he's not planning already, it's gonna. There we go. Planning going down. Now we got 3 seconds left. Now we got Chris with 5 health. He's gonna make sure these shots are on.
There's one.
Let's take out Crowleos. There's one.
And that job done is by Crowleos to get the information out, so Mitchell knows exactly, or at least closer to exactly what he's talking about, and he's able to get the shot there on Crowleos, who hesitated just a couple of seconds, just a little bit.
He was. You could see in the way he was playing, he had so much confidence that he was gonna get that defuse that he didn't even care to look up. But sometimes you gotta look up to see where they're at. You gotta see where they're at. You can't have all that confidence in the world. Oh man.
Now we are definitely entering a very dangerous territory here. At least I would say morale-wise, as Sacramento State has salvaged a couple of really dangerous rounds for them, and then just had a couple of really, tough defenses, or at least tough post-plant situations here. As Dominguez Hills trying to capitalize on what was a great start. Remember, they started this half up 4-0.
Now going into round 11, 6-4, we can either be seeing an 8-4, a 7-5, or a 6-6.
We'll see what happens here. We see the Killjoy going off. There's Mitchell popping 1, but Chris follows up quickly. Still 0 going down. 0 was a tremendous factor early on and has not had that same luck here in the second half as Dongo takes out Prodigy, but the spike is down. Time is ticking. Yes, Sacramento State, they don't need many up to get work done. It was 4v2. It's 2v2 or 2v1 now, as we see DCMH on the defuse and gets it done.
And Bobrick able to clean it up, though. We have seen Bobrick and DCMH covering for 0, though. So like we said many times before, these are all names we said and praised many times. So we can definitely see the best parts of the gold side team. We can see the best parts of them. They're not holding back at all. This is the playoffs. You don't hold back. This is everything out on the table.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta go in. You gotta get it done here as we enter the last round before the swap. Sacramento State missed the opportunity to even it up heading into the half, but still has an opportunity to give themselves, a reasonable deficit to overcome. Right? We've seen bigger comebacks, even than 4 rounds heading into the second half, but certainly Sacramento State want to make every round count here. As we see 0 spotted out there, and now they're going to know 0's on the operator as well. So we'll see how Sacramento State uses that information. Everything's on the line here. Last round before the swap, you're not going to be saving any guns, not going to be saving any ammo. You got to let everything ride. See DCMH kind of hopping about. I don't know. You maybe want to stay a little bit more focused, man. You don't want to be playing around like an 8-year-old in the playground during the playoffs.
We don't want anyone playing in the sand, going down the slide or anything. We need to make sure they're playing the big boy games of soccer and football.
I know, but you know what? Far be it from me. I am a mere commentator. I am certainly not a player. They could dance around in the snow if it was me out there. They could do whatever they wanted to. Nothing I could do about it. It's a big push in the oh my goodness, in the B side.
And BC able to come through that smoke and get one more kill, following up. Now, a 4v1, as soon as I'm just trying to get these words out of my mouth.
Yeah. Bobic shutting down Bo3 in the site, and then DCMH cleaning up Mitchell.
There we go. That was one of the predictions, 8-4. So now we're going into this halftime. We're switching it up, going back to the pistol rounds. Right now, it's looking really good for the gold side. Really gold for the gold side. What words?
We can all go for the golden DH team. Well, we kind of talked about them having a little bit of an issue following through. We talked about how you could see 0, occasionally Dongo doing really well, but the rest of the team not always playing at the same standard at the same time. It's one of the reasons why we're not seeing them in the Immortals bracket, right? Because you're looking for a total team effort all the way through. As we see here, 0 trying to push up. with that shorty, but there wasn't the pressure from the other team, and so Zero goes down without presenting much of the threat. Prodigy with 3 kills now as DCMH and Crolio shoot it out. But that's just what I was talking about. We saw Zero trying to go for a really aggressive push, use Jet's movement abilities to get in close and cause havoc, but there wasn't a lot of suppressing fire, not a lot of covering fire from the rest of the team, and so the threat level wasn't high enough. And so it's an early win for Sacramento State without much really in the way of difficulty. And that's one of the issues that I think Dominguez Hills really struggled with during the regular season. I think that's probably the primary reason why they weren't able to elevate themselves into that immortal bracket. So we'll have to see now in the second half on the attacking side whether they're able to change that and whether they're able to finish finish this game out and get themselves onto the board. And this first map of potentially 3, right? 2 out of 3.
Oh, I'm glad you went first, because I would have started off by saying that it seems like they really polished up their game and started working more together as a team. But as we saw in the first pistol round, we did see Zero rush out there into the middle of it and get gunned down and not have any backup. So, but although overall, from what I have seen in this playoff match, this first playoff match, they do seem a lot more polished. They do seem to be sticking together more and becoming more of a team. Honestly, I can't say much right now about Sac State. As we do know, they did have a roster change, so it's just new people. And this being the first time I've seen them, they seem to be playing together very good. They do have their strong players, which has in a lot of the diamond bracket teams, that's what we have. We have that 1 or 2, 2.5, really good strong players on their team, and that's what guides them. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on Sac State's side as well.
Indeed, as a slow push here for Dominguez Hills. Not committing hard here, knowing that they're at an eco disadvantage. They want to take things a little slow, but they will get into the B site safely, clear it well, and now have an opportunity to set up, which, if you're Chris or Killjoy, you love seeing, Killjoy loves to see an unattended site where she can plant down and then kind of play defense. See Prodigy now. It's going to be Sacramento State forced to initiate without any bloodshed. Dominguez Hills Gold able to get themselves into the B site. Now it comes. As you see Prodigy initiating. There's the flash. There's the smoke. There's Zero and DCMH getting 2, but then Mitchell and Clelios respond. It's 3v3 as Zero takes 2 more, getting 3. It's Zero getting the job done. A thrifty round for Dominguez Hills, and they get themselves on the board in the second half.
Now it seems like what we've talked about, them playing together as a team. That's what we just saw. And that's how they're going to survive. And I think that's how they're going to keep pushing forward through this, winning these brackets, winning these games that they need to, is if they keep that polished. It seems like they've actually polished it, and probably over these last 3 weeks where we haven't seen any gameplay from them, I would assume they've been practicing.
Yeah, taking finals, practicing, taking finals, practicing.
They have to. So, I mean, honestly, if they went back and at all viewed their previous gameplays, they can see where people have pushed with no support, or vice versa, just staying back too much. But they seem to kind of are getting that. They seem to be getting that chemistry where it's just that perfect amount of push, pull. Where they need support here, where to cover their weak spots, and that's what I'm seeing right now is in Gold side.
Oh my goodness, there's Prodigy taking out DCMH. Dongo responds to him, as you called it, Bent, trying to get this push correct here, but it was maybe a little mistimed here, as that's a quick 1-for-1. Dongo doing a great job, though, to get 1 there on Prodigy, because Reyna is a great agent to win 1 fight and then immediately take another. So that's great reaction from Dongo's side. Prodigy proving themselves to be a pretty big threat on that Reyna. So anytime you can get a 1-for-1 trade and not lose too much blood, you got to accept it as an attacker as you try to grind down the defenses of the other side and get yourself into one of these sites.
You see, most of them. We see 2 trying to go for A's, 2 are in the middle.
Oh wow, what happened, Crolios? Dongo's fight?
Yeah, Dongo just takes out Crolios like nothing was even there. Just like real quick turn, flip back, and Bobber's able to turn the corner on Mitchell as Boy Toy gets 0.
Boy Toy gonna have to make something absolutely ridiculous happen alone with that pistol, and unfortunately not today, at least not this round. As we get the plant, but not really necessary. Just a little post round plant. Pop off here for Dominguez Hills.
Would you see Gold actually getting closer to this win of this first game too. Because tonight we don't have one and done. We got 3, or technically 2, but depending on how we go, we can see 3 games or 2 games. But
best 2 out of 3. Got to get it done on 2 maps if you want to move on and win in the playoffs. So, you know, and these 2 teams had a marathon match in that other tournament. I mentioned it earlier, but they went back and forth and forth and back, if you catch my drift. So you got to want the first map really bad if you're Dominguez Hills, because you want to keep your foot on the gas, save your mental energy, get yourselves that every little bit of advantage, because you know that Sacramento State can go toe to toe with you, even if Dominguez Hills did take the better of that engagement. Nothing is guaranteed. Not even this map. Oh, there's DCMH getting the job done on Mitchell. Omen on Omen violence, as it is Dominguez Hills taking first blood. But it's still slow plays here from Dominguez Hills. They've been very patient. They haven't committed hard, except for the first round, right? Pistol round can kind of really goes differently from the rest of them. But instead, they've taken a much more cautious, patient approach. And it's worked well against Sacramento State thus far. As Krolios takes out Bobic off screen there. Looks like they popped around mid and got that job done here. Now Eli looking to get themselves.
as Krolios is, yeah, Krolios is just going through that. It was about to go through that door. He just busted it open. I mean, even doing that could give away your position.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's known out. It's a B-side push and a plan here for Dominguez Hills.
Yeah, so they're trying to transfer over there as fast as they can. Gold is so far keeping their ground. They're doing very well, even being, you know, that's kind of a slower kind of approach. It seems to be working very well for them.
They're tight around the spike here down in the pit. Formation as well, as Zero moves around the back, takes out Eli. Dongo gets Bo3, so that's 2 great killers now done for Sacramento State. Krolios, however, get their 3rd kill of the round. Chris takes out Prodigy and then takes out Krolios. Killjoy set up in a site with all her toys.
To think we're at 11-5, 2 more wins, and Gold can take the first game or the first round of the night.
You want to get yourself onto the board. You want to be done quickly.
I mean, we got to look at the economy. We got to work with what we got. You can't, you know, pull too much from imagination, even though I wish we could. We just pulled, you know, let's get everyone having off and just one-shot people through the walls. There you go, the game's over. But we gotta look at their economy and just see what can they get away with, what can they buy. And it seems like right now they're in the middle of, you know, they have a gun, they can get a gun every time, but maybe not all of their abilities. So they have to be selective. And even though we praise a lot on the gun skill and, you know, being able to outshoot or outmaneuver, but every once in a while, an ability does change playing. Does change that little bit, does give that extra little bit of time, or does give that small advantage that can really change a kill.
Yeah, change around, change the situation. Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, that's where I'm seeing it as.
Oh,
you do see Zero, and Mitchell not able to check the corners right there. See, that's it. But at the same time, you know, the skill and all that does pay off. So it's like you play better, you get better weapons, you have the bank, you can pay off your debts. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, but that's it. You know, you get the money, you pay it off, you're winning. That's it.
30 seconds left.
Absolutely there. Zero with the peekaboo, and now a 4v5. But one of the things that I would talk about here is it looks like Bobic should be in trouble. No? Okay, yeah, there it is. Dongo actually went down in the back. That was a great one, too, from Prodigy and Krolios. It's not so much the gunplay that I think Sacramento State needs to
10 seconds left.
Reconfigure, as much as the positioning has been an issue for them on this defense. This round looks to be an exception, as we know the spike is down. It's a lost round for Dominguez Hills, nothing doing for them, and a great round to win here for Sacramento State with minimal violence. And that's kind of been the opposite of how things have gone for them. We've seen a lot of rounds in this second half where Dominguez Hills has been able to get the spike down without much engagement. They haven't needed to slay up and just leave a trail of blood leading to the site. They're just kind of outmaneuvered, outposition Sacramento State to get set up. And then, once the spike goes down, the map essentially flips and the defenders have to attack. And then from there, Dominguez Hills has cleaned it up. So if you're Sacramento State, you really just want to take note of where the pushes have come from, Dominguez Hills, where they're more likely to try to push and hold that ground, not get caught lacking as we saw happen. So that way you can initiate like this. You see Bo3 now getting the 2K as Eli pushes around the corner. It's a concentrated effort on defense, and they're quite capable of slaying when they've got Dominguez Hills in their sights. I think this comeback is just a matter of Sacramento State executing ideas just like that one, and then holding it down here as Prodigy prevents the quick scope, takes out Zero. Perhaps seals this round up for Sacramento State, as Dongo or DCMH are gonna have to make something very remarkable happen if they want to get it done in a 2v5 on the attacking side.
One enemy remaining. Cutting their vision.
It's as quiet as we're watching this slow push around the corner, but never mind. It was fine, and people won. As now, Sac State is turning it around. I really thought these last 2 rounds might have gone straight up to the gold, but Sac's starting to turn it around. Like I said, they got to play it smart. They got to get both skills. They got to choose their abilities to use, and not being able to just to go through just a zombie click and just make sure they got everything. But it looks like they did make the smart strategic moves. They got it, and now they're able to push back.
It's looking great for them. You see, equipment-wise, the money side, you have a good idea of it if you're Sacramento State. You won't know exactly the weapons that have been chosen, but you will know more or less what you should be looking for here. There's a kind of common consensus amongst teams, especially in the CVL, about what constitutes a buy round, when you should save, and whatnot. You see Bo3 looking down on A with that Cypher. Such a great agent, gets so much information out of those cameras. You see right there, tagging Zero. It's gonna be a bloodbath here. Prodigy gets one, DCMH follows. Trippy Eli responds. It's 1 and 1 and 1 so far.
And Bob able to take another one out. We do.
Now
It's still 2v2.
Spike going down here though. Bobby is able to get it down safely. And now we're gonna see what the formation here is, what the setup here is for Dominguez Hills.
Last player standing.
Yeah, and then Dongo goes down there as Crolios through the top of heaven on the A side gets the kill. Bobby's now gonna go for a long flank here around the top, and this may not work out. We'll see what the sense of urgency is like as we see Mitchell now going for the defuse. That's going to give the information out to Bobic, and there's the Hunter's arrow,
but
and it doesn't get there in time.
That's a feels that you have to feel bad right there. You use your ultimate and it's not able to clutch that game out or that round out. That sucks.
Yeah, that is exactly the word.
You can't even say that's it. You can't even try to beat around the bush and make it seem better than it is. Nah, that's just straight. That sucks.
That's a mobby. Sorry guys.
Don't hold back.
Unfortunate. I was wondering what the play there was from Bobic, and it makes sense if you have the Hunter's Fury. You don't need to be in the site at all to provide pressure, especially on a spike when you know where they're gonna be. But just not enough damage done on the Hunter's Fury to prevent that defuse. And a great job there at Sacramento State now getting themselves closer and closer to evening this up. I kind of don't want to put it out there. I don't want to say it quite like this, but we might actually be looking at overtime. We're like actually pretty close to it if Sacramento State keeps this momentum going. And I kind of did mention these teams, they tend to do this when they play each other. They tend to go back and forth. So who knows?
Revealing area.
Still, if you're Dominguez Hills, you do need to focus up. Remember, you're literally only 2 rounds away from finishing this first map. But Crolios looking like
I don't care who gets it. Crolios, you are on a roll with a 3.
Well, DCMH got 2 as he was able to stop the bleeding here as we see the rotation come through. Zero might have a shot here on Bo3. No, Eli, what did you hear? How did you know, Eli? What was that? What was that?
I think Bo3 had an epiphany.
He
Whatever you want to call
just
it.
told Eli, hey, turn around, come back.
That was an epiphany moment. Maybe they have someone in the background with a crystal ball, like just looking into the future. We must change it.
Right?
Yes, personal psychic.
Sac State Eli looking like he had CVL Eli's sight there and said, wait a minute, who's around that corner?
They had our wall glitches here as we get to see everyone through the walls.
Just jokes, by the way. We're not accusing anybody. But what is serious now, it is 11-9 Sacramento State putting together quite a sequence here. And Dominguez Hills is going to need to stop the bleeding. They're going to need to get themselves back into shape real quick, or else they will lose their chance to take this map, a map that started promisingly for them in the first half, that looked great even just 2 or 3 rounds ago, but now is in increasing peril. Prodigy again gets the opening kill on DCMH.
And I've said it before, it's like sometimes that opening kill can really determine which side's gonna win.
Indeed it can, but it's now a shift around. The action looked to be towards B, but it was a feint for an A push. Dongle able to open up that site, and we get the plant down safely even. As that Molotov from Eli not able to find a target. Doesn't drain anybody's health. Chris, is that another? Yeah, it is.
Chris getting Prodigy, a strong player on Sack's side. Does Bob know that there's someone right above him?
Krolios takes out Chris. Now 3v2. Krolios and Eli have not been the biggest stars for Sacramento State, but they will be beloved if they can clutch out this round. There's Eli taking out Dongle. Bobic gets Eli and gets Krolios. It's a 3K for Bobic, and it is now a map point situation for Dominguez Hills Gold. Haven't had to say that. This is our first map point in the entire league.
I mean, I'm ready to see who. It looks like it's going to go Gold side, and Gold side's got to keep this momentum going into the second round of our 3 rounds to take this whole game. Anyways, are they spending all their energy in this first game, or have they kept enough for the second game?
Come on, let's go.
We'll see who has the mental stamina to get through and finish this. It's a long push from here to a grand final.
Krolos' name wrong. It's Krolos.
I'm sorry. I've just been seeing. I was assuming that there was an I in it, but my apologies. No disrespect intended.
I'm glad someone.
I'm glad I just don't have to pronounce it with the dash through the O like in the Discord name, to be quite honest with y'all, because y'all know I got enough trouble trying to remember how many rounds is in a half, let me alone trying to pronounce symbols. It's words I can't find on the keyboard.
On the keyboard?
While we've been talking, Dominguez Hills has been busy. They have the spike down here on the B side. It's another bloodless initiation for them. The same problem I described earlier, and Sacramento State's going to have to respond as Zero takes out Eli.
There's one strong player down. I bet they're starting to feel a little confident as Prodigy is coming around. Does get the headshot through Dongle.
Well, almost a second, but not able to finish it off.
Oh, and we got one left. Boy-Toy coming in.
Well,
Boy-Toy plays around and he does not get the win. But that's not it. That is not it. Normally we'd be signing off to get the next people in here, but that's not it. We still got potentially 2 more games.
That's just one. That's one map.
That's just one. Now we got one more, potentially 2. This could be a 2-0. This could be a back and forth to 1, whatever, 2-1. So
done there. As we
get into match 2, though, what do you guys think that Sac State can do? Because I mean, we really saw Dominguez Hills perform.
Yeah,
we did.
Go ahead, Ben.
All right. Sac, they had their moments. I will say that they had their moments. When they were more together as a team, they were pushing together as one and not being split, trying to get, I understand the long flanks. I do. I get it. That's a normal tactic for almost anything. But this isn't like Call of Duty or whatever. You get one life and you got to make sure that life counts.
Yes, indeed. I think what I would say for Sacramento State as we move on into our second map, obviously you don't want to fall behind 4-0. That ended up being the round difference in the total map, and it's hard. You know, at this point, you're going to be playing against everybody on their best, on their A game, and the difficulty level will literally only increase as things go on, as your opponents become stronger. So you have to give yourself the best chance of succeeding, and losing those early pistol rounds, while it hurts, you've got to be able to respond quickly so that you don't fall so far behind. As Sacramento State did a great job, got themselves back in a position, made it close. It was 11-9 at one point, but those little differences and those little issues will pile up, and in the playoffs you only have a very slim margin for error, because this is potentially it. This could be the last map of the season for Sacramento State. This is single elimination. So, you know, they're going to have this timeout. They're going to have this halftime, think it over, talk amongst themselves, de-stress, and be ready to come back, form strong. Who knows? Maybe I pronounced Krolos' name correctly the entire game. They don't have these issues. I don't know. I don't know what impact I have.
I think it doesn't even matter. You know, one of us is going to pronounce one name wrong the entire match, and that's just how it goes. I mean, English is hard for me, even though it's my first language.
Yeah, I'll shout out people who can speak
and we
multiple
are
languages.
We are actually going to be taking a brief intermission here while we set up for match 2. Still same teams, everything's the same. We're going to take a teeny tiny intermission so you guys can hydrate and posture check. A last.
Make sure you get that water.
I am identified. I have been represented. McRib has called me and read me correctly. I'm sorry.
Yes, I've been sitting like this the whole time, you know, hunched over of Notre Dame. I got a hump on my back now. But make sure you get set up, sit straight.
Gameplay is keeping you.
Yeah, exactly. We're here all night long, baby. You got to make sure that posture correct.
There's indeed. But we will be back on our second game of the night between Dominguez Hills Gold and Sacramento State on the other side of this break.
back, you filthy Valorant casuals. I hope you guys snacked and hydrated. I did. I know my fellow casters, Eli the Curry and the OG Bent did. We are getting into match 2 between DH Gold versus Sac State. What's up, you guys?
Nothing much. I mean, I don't think much has changed in the last 5 minutes, but I'm ready to get back to it. First game was already bloodthirsty enough, but I long for more.
It has been an arduous battle to begin with here for both Dominguez Hills and Sacramento State. So we got that first map out of the way. Dominguez Hills taking it. I gotta tell you all, I'm a little impressed. A little impressed. That actually sounds kind of negative. Let me say this. I am pretty impressed by Dominguez Hills' execution. Ben, you mentioned this during that first map, but I would like to see if we could, get a little bit more into it, because they were playing really well to start out, had a few missteps near the end, a couple of hurdles, but really seems like they come together as a side. Why do you think that may be the case for Dominguez Hills for them to get out and get the first map like that?
I mean, just my brain straight goes to the logical point of they saw how they played in this past season before playoffs. They looked at their old videos. They saw maybe their weaknesses of, I mean, I get it. People want the glory. Well, who doesn't want to go in, get 3 kills, and walk out unscathed, right? Like that's a boss move. You're like, hey man, don't worry about it. I'm the Swiss Army knife for this whole thing. But in truth, that doesn't always happen. So I would assume they went back, it's like, hey, look, we see where we're weak at. Let's play together as a team. Let's polish this up. Let's get this kink out. Let's move forward. That's what and that's from what we have seen. That's what I'm looking at too. They especially in those first 4 rounds in the beginning of that game, played very polished, and they were all together around. Of course, you get a misstep, their momentum kind of goes away. You get that kind of kink in the armor, and they try to exploit it, but they were able to cover back up, with a quick patch, just iron that thing on and move forward.
I like that. I like how you kept the metaphor going.
It's interesting to see them play with so much confidence going against a team that where half of the team basically changed.
Yeah. I would think that, again, we mentioned this is a different Sacramento State roster that we saw from the regular season, but I mentioned that it's not necessarily one that this Dominguez Hills side hasn't seen. These two teams have been active in other competitions, and I think that actually probably is beneficial for Dominguez Hills versus, one of the other teams in the diamond bracket who may not have that experience. They fought against some of these players, or at least they're aware that Sacramento State has some different looks to throw at them, and they've handled it well. But we'll have to see what happens now as we move on to Haven. This is a situation now where you see Sacramento State will be beginning the game as the defenders. Last map they were attacking to initiate with, and so we'll see what that change does for them in these very beginning rounds, as both teams will have to get used to. I mean, Haven is a map, if you're a Valorant player, you've played on Haven plenty of times. It's not a map you have to get used to, but this is a different pressure, a different feel. This is the playoffs, and for Sacramento State, this could be the last map. So we're gonna have to see how things start out with as we get into things in this starting pistol round on Haven.
I mean, I can already my stress levels are high enough just from watching this. I don't even have to play here. All I got to do is sit back, watch, eat some popcorn, cast it, talk like I know what's going on, and that's it. That's all I got to do. I can't imagine being in this. People. If it was me, I know I'd be yelling at my teammates if we all screwed up. That's just how it goes. You don't mean to come across mean or anything. You just get frustrated because you want to win.
Are you on your Tom Cruise if people mess up? You yelling at people? I will not go 0-2 and get bounced out of the playoffs first. If I see you bunching up near the Rays when she's got ult, you're out of here.
If you don't use that all correctly, next time I will slap you.
Did you just spend 5,000 on an operator and then walk into the site by yourself?
That's what you got. That's sometimes what you got to deal with in gaming. It's never out of any ill towards anybody. It's just like you get frustrated.
It's high emotion here. It's a team thing. Sometimes that's gonna happen, but we're just joking around as we see Zero straight to business taking out Eli, and we have seen an agent change. Zero remains on Jet, but Eli was playing Reyna, was on Phoenix. the last map.
One
Now it looks like
enemy
Eli and
remaining.
Prodigy have switched, and Prodigy looking great now on that Phoenix with 2 kills here. Trying to salvage this pistol round. Ooh, and Krolos with the 3K on Dongle. Look what happens when I put respect on the pronunciation of Krolos' name. 3 kills in the pistol round, and it's Sacramento State getting themselves out. They get first blood here on map number 2.
I do see
Yeah.
There must have been some type of conversation they had about the roster and how to better utilize each player's individual skills, as we see Prodigy and Eli swapping agents. For the rest of their roster, it's identical, but that change, you know, it was significant in the last round. We'll see how it goes over the course of this map and perhaps the rest of this game. But again, it's an idea of switching up the look and changing how Dominguez Hills may approach this, because you know, again, that just wasn't the way that it was played. And so Prodigy is going to play Phoenix a little bit differently than Eli did. And Eli will play Reyna slightly differently than Prodigy did. And now it's on Dominguez Hills to understand that change and make plans for it, especially now because they have to attack, which is a really, in my opinion, forces you to be really thoughtful on your approach and on your initiations, because you usually are at a disadvantage as you begin fights.
we already are seeing what's good. We're not. It's not. What's nice is seeing Sac is starting to come off too. Is we. Oh my gosh, my brain is just going all over the place. Can't seem to get this dialed in right. But Sac has a new team, and I have no idea what we're watching with them. So it's like I don't know what makes them tick or not. So it's exciting to kind of see a new team. Even though it's kind of weird in the playoffs, you know, it's like you're used to one team, and then they kind of just switch it up on you last minute.
Indeed. Right now, Zero again initiating well here, but we'll have to see the follow-up as Eli gets into the site, gets a kill. There's one, but Bobic finishes it. Krolos gets Bobic there.
Last player standing.
And able to get a second before going down. It's 1v2 here as Mitchell gonna need to make something special happen. They turn the corner wide, and it's Dongle on the near side behind the boxes.
Even if you got one, then the other one was gonna take him down. That's how it goes.
Yeah, a missed read there from Mitchell. Unfortunate for that formation. Turned a blind eye to Dongle. And you can't let Dongle dangle in a corner by himself. He's going to play you. So it is 1-1 for... well, it's 1-1 for both teams, Eli, because 1-1 means it's even. Haha. God, I'm so good at this job.
Amen.
All right. Let's see what happens here.
I think going off chat, one of them wants to say, big dogs gotta eat, so I'm gonna say it for them. Big dogs gotta eat, so we got 2 big dogs. Who's gonna eat more, though? That's the real question. Who's gonna go starving for the night?
Eli gets the early kill on Zero. DCMH gets 2. Dongle gets a 3rd there. Mitchell falls. And now Bobic gonna continue as Eli tried to make something special happen. Krolos gets 1, but it's an easy trade for Dominguez Hills to take as Bobic finishes it off. 2, I believe, for Bobic there, 2 for DCMH. And a quick round 3 going the way of Dominguez Hills. They don't even need the spike to go down there.
I'm gonna say with a little bit more passion this time, big dogs gotta eat! Big dogs gotta eat! We see them gotta go, they gotta eat! Alright?
I ain't gonna play. I have no favorites here. I have no rooting interest. I got respect for everybody who's willing to suit up and come compete, because it is an arduous task and it can be very stressful. It can be very anxiety-inducing to put yourself out there, especially on a stream. People are watching. You want to play. So I got nothing but respect for all of these teams. But
even with us on stream, we say something, it's there forever.
yeah, that's true.
The internet is forever.
You know, you really didn't have to remind me that whole I don't know how many rounds are in a half thing is like immortalized on the internet. I was already gonna forget it, but you know,
don't worry, I'm gonna go back, clip that, and I'll make sure that's on my Instagram for everyone.
Appreciate it, man. Love you very much. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Speaking of love, look at the kill sharing here going on by Sacramento State. 3 players getting a kill. Prodigy finishing up another one. And just like that, the Dominguez Hills attack is evaporated. Prodigy with 3 kills.
Prodigy's being the big dog. Prodigy being the big dog. He eating. He getting his grubble in. Imagine if we were sponsored by Chewy. Big dog on E. Get your chewy.
Speak it into existence, man. Go ahead. Well, it's a clear-eyed view for Krolos and Prodigy as they have initiated well in this second map. They've gotten themselves some good performances, and it's 2-2. A quick response from Sacramento State, and this is the back and forth matchup that the two teams had previously, and it's what I would have expected coming into this. It's a much better start for Sacramento State than before. We'll see if they're able to keep the momentum solid up as we see Bo3 and Zero facing up, but Bo3 doesn't want much of it. Didn't like the utility that they were seeing as Zero pushed in, and it is an A-site push here for Dominguez Hills, and Zero is absolutely itching for a fight, getting up into the top and having Krolos falls. No matter which way you say it. Chris now getting the kill on Prodigy. Bo3 able to turn the corner, but it's a response. Zero gets one, but
Trippy getting two. Bobrick, just Bobrick, shoot! Just shoot!
Oh my goodness, there's one. Zero with the third kill. There it is.
TCMH pulling it out. Or not TCMH. I always get that name mixed up with Dominguez Hills. I don't know why. It's just right there. Yes, names are important.
The D, the H, the initials, all of it. But Zero really aggressive on that push. And we talked about that at the onset of the second half in the first map, right? The cohesion of Dominguez Hills and seeing it in those first few rounds when we hadn't seen it before. But that was a great example of what happens when an aggressive Zero is backed up by an aggressive Dominguez Hills. They rotate around thoroughly as a team. Zero on Jet, such an agile agent, easily the most agile agent in the game. She forces fights where you're not used to it, you know, where no one else can really put that pressure. And with the follow-up, Dominguez Hills was able to break the tie. And we'll see if that sense of urgency and that sense of aggression will spell the rest of this half for them as attackers, because if that is how things happen, it may be a short map for Sacramento State, but we'll have to see as Zero again getting into it.
Yeah, Zero, and I'm gonna capitalize off your point, Eli. Zero is an amazing player as a rushing player. He really is. And if he has people to follow him up, it's such a strong combination. But that's the important part, is who can follow him up.
Bobic looking great now with 2 kills in the site. Krolos alone in heaven. Gets one down on Zero. That's a good shot there. Zero tried to pop up, but Dongle had eyes on the window and shuts down the Soul. Sacramento State now falling behind 2-4. It's the momentum starting to favor Dominguez Hills. The sense of urgency.
Looks like Gold's gotta be in the bigger dog right now. They gotta eat. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna keep using it. Honestly, the chat keeps spamming up, so I'm gonna use it.
It's on you, Ben. I'll leave it to you, man. I am
giving them what they want. This is the entertainment business. Big dogs gotta eat. Woof. I'm not gonna do that again. That's a one-time thing.
Nah, I need to hear you all barking. If you see an ace, I just need to hear it. I need to erupt out of you. But we'll find out here. Is Sacramento State? You may have caught it. Definitely saving up. This is an eco round for them. This means that Dominguez Hills is going to need to execute cleanly. You don't want to lose anybody early, and Zero does a great job there, navigating a dangerous corner, taking out Krolos, and now Eli gonna have to be forced to back off. As
look at
Eli flashed and just kind of
Eli either he got stuck on a wall, like, you know, and sometimes in the game you get stuck on that very small corner that's an atomic, like it's super small. And I feel like he might have gotten stuck. I mean, if you give up like that, that's rough. It really is.
It's fine. I mean, it's a rough fight. You're on a pistol, you get flashed, there's 2 people turning the corner. I'm not expecting you to hit anybody, but I am expecting you to shoot. I don't know, but we can't say exactly what happened. Yeah, we don't know exactly what happened, but we can confirm that it's a spike down for Dominguez Hills and an extremely tough round for Prodigy and Bo3 to make anything work. But see, Prodigy's in the site, does have the ult. I don't know if we'll see a commitment that deep. As Bo3 tries to pop out and make something happen, it's a no there. Dongo shuts down Prodigy, and it's 5-2 for Dominguez Hills. Looking beautiful here in their attacking half.
Maybe we'll have to wait till the next half for me to spam any more big dogs gotta eat. Otherwise, that's the only thing I'm saying, and I
Well,
gotta
that's the
get more
Dominguez
words
Hills.
out.
That's the Dominguez Hills chant. So they're loving it. They want you to say it more. I like I said, I am not partial to either side, but right now I can say Sacramento State is going to need to step it up, and they have bought in. They're more aggressive here. We are going to see a more well-funded defense here. As Prodigy there on the near corner, but again, Zero gets the kill.
Prodigy had it too. Oh, Prodigy, that is bad right there.
Now, wait a minute there. Frost gets one. Chris follows up there on the back end. Well done by Chris to respond. Keep that even. That was almost a 2K there, but instead, Chris is able to salvage that, make it a 1-for-1 instead, and now it's 3v3 as the spike goes down.
Nowhere to run.
You see Mitchell look at that. Oh my goodness, pinned up by the...
I thought he was gonna get it. Mitchell was pinned up against the wall.
That's good movement by Mitchell, actually, because there's a Killjoy ult there, and then Sova's popping the ult, the Hunter's Fury bearing down on you. That's well done there by Mitchell to stay alive and keep this round available for Sacramento State now. As you see them moving forward, Bo3 gonna go for the defuse. It's Bobby pushing through the smoke heavy.
I'm sorry, but I guess I gotta say it because that was a great round. Zero coming in. He almost got killed. Big dog gotta eat. Big dog gotta eat.
Goodness gracious, Vince.
Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Sorry, the meme's coming out in me.
Enough.
Enough? All right, we'll move on. One more. Big dog gotta eat. All right. Anyways.
It is 6-2 now for Dominguez Hills.
So how many rounds are in a half, Eli?
You know, Ben, words can hurt, and you should be respectful with the words you choose. And
I'm not bullying. I'm asking a question here. I need to know how many rounds are in a half.
We got 4 rounds left in this half. And an initiation here for Dominguez Hills as Chris gets the kill on Bo3. Prodigy on the Sheriff. Maybe have a matchup with Eli around that, or with Zero around that corner, which has been death for the person not named Zero on those short corners thus far. Zero has performed incredibly well in this second map, looking to get Dominguez Hills through and punch the ticket onto the next round. Instead, Dongle gets the kill there on Prodigy and then takes out Eli. It's a third for Dongle as Mitchell falls.
Come on, Dongle. Is Dongle going to make it so that I have to scream that?
I don't know. It looks unlikely. Krolos falling back. Chris gets the kill.
Well, you know the DH Gold fans gotta maybe start sending messages to one of the players on that side. Say if you get that ace, the OG bet will scream our chant from the top of his lungs. Maybe even breaking my voice box.
We don't know.
I'll make sure that the heavens can hear it if there's an ace.
3 rounds left in this half. 0 on the operator. It's a full investment here from Sacramento State as they are going to attempt to stem the bleeding. Meanwhile, Dominguez Hills looking beautiful right now. Couldn't really draw up a better half of them to get started, but Prodigy gets the early kill on DCMH. And then a second on Dongle. That's a great start for Sacramento State. Eli able to take out Chris. And just like that, it becomes 5v2. The question now becomes is how much are Bobik and Zero willing to invest here in the rest of this round? As you see, Bobik gonna go low cost just to throw the drone out, see what you can salvage. But Zero's got a decision to make economy-wise about whether or not this operator is worth keeping in hand and off the ground, because you know Sacramento State would love to get their hands on a powerful weapon. There's a kill there from Zero.
He's right there.
Eli with the kill on Bobik, but while that happens, Zero finishes Eli off with the Blaze Storm. That ult can very easily change this round. It only takes 3 clicks for a Blaze Storm to find 3 kills. Mitchell there on the Phantom.
They're all waiting right there, but they just gave away their position to him too. So Zero, take that long flank and go all the way around. Make sure you get this. Make sure your ultimate is for the best use, but not checking corners.
Bo3 with the pop through the wall. Beautiful work there. You see now the buys coming down here. A little bit more money invested for Sacramento State. A great job by them to salvage again, looked like a terrible first half. They had this exact same issue in the last game, but again, they're facing down an opportunity to at least put it to 7-5 and give themselves a better situation as attackers.
Can they keep this? I would say let's come on, Gold. Let's keep your momentum that you got. Put some more gas on the fire. Let's have this thing explode.
Remains to be seen as we see Bo3 setting up. Bo3, who was so integral to winning so many rounds in the first game, hasn't really had that same success on the defensive end here in the second game. But now is a lot better than never as far as the stepping up. So we'll see what happens as the action moves towards the A site. It's 0 again on the first kill as Mitchell goes down. Bo3 gets 1, but Dongo follows up. Formation and now as Chris shuts off the rotation. The spike goes down.
What a great placement from Chris. Prodigy trying to get Chris and Prodigy does clean up Chris.
Clean there, great shooting there from Prodigy. We expect that out of him. We've seen that much from Sacramento State. We've seen Eli, we've seen Prodigy do well, but they've got to put an entire round together now.
Off your feet.
Hear that? Prodigy gets flat.
Right behind him. Wait, is he not? Okay, Dongo finally taking him out as Krolos now coming around. Dongo being the last person. Not Dongo, I mean DCMH. My bad, I'm sorry.
No, there's a pause.
How's there a pause?
No, what happened? Oh no. Oh no, this is so unfortunate. DCMH had something happen, maybe a they desynced. DCMH was the last person left on Dominguez Hill's side and they desynced right at the end of the round. And now DCMH is back, but the round is already settled. How unfortunate.
That stinks. DCMH could have cleaned that. Could have definitely got him an extra point going into this next half. That is rough. That is really, really rough.
Yeah, we'll see. That is maybe a controversial point as we move on. That is rough there if you're a Dominguez Hills fan. Really, really bad luck there. But we've seen some ping issues earlier. I think we saw the same thing. I believe it was Eli earlier on this same map had a similar issue where they were just non-responsive right at the beginning of a fight. So it may be something that both teams are going to have to fight through. As we see this last round before the swap, Mitchell almost lined up. It's 0 is a little. Is that the wrong wall? Or that's Chris? Yeah. So Chris is on the other side of the wall there, and Mitchell has no idea how to line up a headshot here because Mitchell is not a cheater. So Mitchell can't see what we saw. But
I think the RNG of life and Valorant came together and said, you know what, DCMH been playing too well. We gotta give him a quick break.
You hate to see it, but all the same, you must play through it as we see 0 try to get through. It's been mostly A site pushes, a couple of C's, no B's thus far as Prodigy gets the open kill on Bobby. That's great. Prodigy, who's been very aggressive in trying to reclaim a couple of these rounds for Sacramento State. DCMH clearing out Prodigy,
getting another one, but DCMH finally coming back. He's like, you know what? Even though I got disconnected for that couple of seconds, I'm making sure that I'm coming back with a vengeance.
30 seconds
dude.
left.
Now the spike goes down. Dongo gets taken out as Mitchell has now gotten 2 kills here. Would love to get a third, anything to finish this round here as the switch to the rifle comes from Mitchell. DCMH takes out Eli. That's 3 for them, and it's 4 for DCMH as he clutches it out.
DCMH coming back. I guess we gotta say a big dog gotta eat. Hey, that's a big dog move. That's a big dog move.
That's the type of round where you say, like, that's what happens when I'm not lagging. Now you get to talk about the lag in the last round. Like, if what would have happened was my wires wasn't getting crossed one time type of talk. But
Life gave him a break, but he came back and gave Life a right hook and a left hook. That's it right there. You got to be able to come back from those sour moments.
Life gave you lemons, gets to squeezing. DCMH with 4 kills in the final round of that half, and now Dominguez Hills 5 rounds away from completing this game, winning a second map and advancing in the playoffs. Sacramento State, much was made about their different roster going into this. Maybe a little sleight of hand, if you will, maybe a secret advantage. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but we're not done here as they open up on the attacking side, needing to put together an incredible attacking round in order to salvage their hopes of taking this Diamond League bracket.
Again, now we're looking at a little bit of a slow push from both sides. Defense holding back, taking pop shots on each other from looks like middle side as DCMH gets Eli. And as we're watching, Dongle here is trying to get a flash off through one of the walls. We hear the pop shots going off to our left from viewing Dongle.
Chris now scatter fire through the smoke. Not much happening as Prodigy sets down an A site. The plant is live here. Now Dominguez Hills must make and do the work of rotating around. Oh, there's Bobik trying to pop up in heaven, but Mitchell shuts it down. Bo3 gets 0 through a wall. Been nice for them so far. DCMH has been a hero of the past couple of rounds, though. Chris takes out. Mitchell gets taken down by Prodigy. DCMH gets 1, but isn't able to follow up. Krolos and Bo3, 1-1 on its first round. Sacramento State once again.
That he was. We've seen. As we said before in the last round, saying it in this game again, these are names we have praised before, and I'm not surprised that we're praising them again.
Now we'll find here. We'll have to see the resilience of Dominguez Hills. They can respond to losing a pistol round, and if Sacramento State has the energy left, the strength left to push back and push this to what would be a truly exhaustive third map. But if you're Sacramento State, you have no choice. You have a long grind ahead of you, and if you want to get the job done, you have to take it in stride. They're able to get the spike down really quickly. Look at that C site. It's been relatively unvisited while Dominguez Hills was on the attack. And look at Eli there getting work done. There's 1 and 2.
Yeah, Eli, look at that. Going off with the 2. I thought it was the 3 first time, but Prodigy got the other kill.
And now DCMH basically just kind of walled off. A 5v1 or 4v1 with the spike down, like, I don't know, buddy. Oh, it's another, yeah. Got another ping issue here. We're gonna have another pause. We're gonna have a pause after this round, a timeout, if you will. Posture check, hydration check.
Make sure you get everything you gotta do.
Wave check if you're into that type of thing, but clearly nobody in this cast is, and I respect that.
Yeah, I don't got that. I just got the comb over white person thing, I guess, whatever that is, you know.
No, we quaff run here.
Yes, the dad comb over. I got the dad comb over. Don't got the dad bod though. I don't rock that. As we are just watching trees and smoke. Look at the aesthetics of this map. Fire.
If you're in California, like the majority of the players here are from, if you're from California, fire is definitely an aesthetic. Just gonna keep it real with y'all. Yeah, sure. We have that much control over it. Yeah, I'll take it.
I mean, if you did have oh, sorry. I wanted to get this question across because you brought out Firebender. If you had to choose which avatar state you could be in, would you choose fire, water, wind, or earth? All right. Okay. What about you, Eli?
Well, I feel like now I kind of feel like I have to say water too, because the thing I have is the fish. Which one is that? The fish? Pisces, is that? Yeah. Okay, so that's literally a fish. So I guess according to that, I'm water sign, but I don't know. I like I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know, man. Any of them would be cool. Just let me bend something. Let me bend a spoon. I don't care.
I'm also gonna open up this question to the chat and we can all talk about it. I feel like it's a good question. I mean, to me, I would rather be wind. With wind, it's an airbender. Because with being an airbender, you can control water. If you think about it, if you really think about it, you can control water with wind. You can control earth with wind, and fire is a little rough, but I think you can do it.
So what is air but oxygen, right? Water is simply 2 parts
H2O.
2 parts oxygen and 1 part hydrogen. So technically speaking, if you air bend, you are already majority bending water. I get you, but I don't know. It's a fun what if.
Placing sentry.
I don't know. Air.
All right. Well, if we still are waiting now, the next one is: would you rather have a lightsaber or a Harry Potter wizard wand?
Oh no, that's free. Give me the lightsaber.
All right,
That's
we got.
easy. No, that one's easy.
No, you don't think so?
I will figure it out. No, because if I get a wand and then y'all know I sometimes words is hard for me when I mispronounce my word and all of a sudden my wand turned me into a chicken or something. I don't want nothing weird happening because I couldn't be perfect in my diction. Nah, I won't have that.
Yeah, I mean, I keep messing up. The lightsaber's easy enough. I can deflect. If you say Alakazam, I can probably deflect with the lightsaber anyways. It's protons or something like that. It's wizard magic either way.
Right.
Well, now we're actually back into the game. Let's do this.
Now a slow push.
It's quiet. It's too quiet.
It's a Dominguez Hill style approach, even though it is Sacramento State on the attacking side. They had done well in the first map on offense by pushing slowly, and it seems like Sacramento State maybe picked up on it, but Bobby gets the first kill.
Even though Zero went all the way in, it was actually a pretty good play because it looked like he tried to bait him out, which he did, and got a couple more kills from the middle. I don't know if you saw that. But it was actually a pretty good play.
Now DCMH out there in heaven. There's 2. DCMH doing a great job. 3. Don't call my house.
DCMH, real quick. Reset the router. Reset your ping. We don't want you to go out again. Reset it just real quick.
Performance.
Like, once I stop lagging, I can see. I can fight. I can win.
I love that episode too, man. It just bothers me whenever somebody makes that reference because he got bodied after he got them glasses. I felt really bad for him.
He did. He is straight bodied, but hey, you know what? We're gonna use it as a positive term over here.
Right. Well, DCMH definitely can see as they lead the charge in that round, and now Zero starting out with the kill on Prodigy. 9-6 here for Dominguez Hills. Zero with a second kill there on Bo3. It's looking like a great defense. We'll see. Now as Bobic trying to follow up, getting that intel out. Krolos with the great shooting there takes out Zero. Able to hedge just a little bit here. At Sacramento State looking, they're gonna need to find the spike and find an angle.
We got Eli right here trying to get through middle, but I can't tell who it is. It looks like it's the Silva. Yep, it is the Silva in middle guarding that. Eli saw a little bit. Come on.
Yeah, there's Eli. Yeah, you can tell Eli knows now, and there's a response there from the guns. And now, still 40 seconds on the clock here for Sacramento State. They're not in a tremendous rush. See them grouped up here, and that's a little bit more intel here as Dongo gets the flash out. It could be a great fight here as it comes over to the C side. Chris was in position, forced off by the recon bolt. Now, maybe Sacramento State has a chance to push through. We'll see what happens. There's Eli taking the shot there on Dongo, does well. Chris follows up though, gets Eli. Krolos with 2 on the backside. Mitchell takes out Chris. And it is a clean insertion and round victory for Sacramento State. And they trim the lead down even further, 7-9. quiet as it's kept, Sacramento State is keeping this close, keeping themselves in the fight, and maybe, just maybe, putting themselves in the position to go over the top.
This is what we've expected to see out of Gold and Sac State, is a back and forth game. But even though Gold is so close to victory, can they keep their heads on straight? Can they keep this in their favor? You see Eli using the ult right now, trying to get some kills.
They'll come up here. DCMH gets caught short side there. Eli did well to push up there in B. We'll find out if Sacramento State is looking to press that further. Prolos now taking out Dongle. It's a great start here for Sacramento State. Again, pushing a little bit closer. Chris and Bobik gonna have to find something here. So it all culminates on the C side.
Mitchell getting right through the fire on that one, but Chris not able to get that kill off. Zero now being the last one with the shotgun out.
Yes, indeed. Mitchell now with 2 kills, looking incredible, and Zero all alone here. Not much to be done, really.
Oh, Zero gets the kill on Prodigy. No, he did not. I didn't think he was going to be able to pull that off. The shotgun, you know, of course, having it spread and stuff, and it's not very far distance. But hey, Zero can pull anything out, right? If you're determined enough, where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, and where there's time. But for now, it looks like Zero will choose the better portion of valor, which is caution. Try to salvage this gun here as the round goes the way of Sacramento State. There's another fight, and oh my God! Eli gets the literally last second kill. And now, just like that, Zero almost got to take that gun into the next round. Instead, not able to. It's a small wound, but another one as part of the comeback series here for Sacramento State as they attempt to get something done. 8-9, and Sacramento State pushing back. Possibly evening this up. This was the streak that they started and they were attempting on the first map, and they weren't able to continue. As we see Bobik now on the Odin, laying down heavy fire at a B, but really unable to find any targets and unable to respond to that initial kill from Sacramento State.
This is what we also saw, you know, last round. Just they started off very strong, and then, you know, as the game progressed, it seems like they kind of just fell away from what they were strong with. You know, going back to their old ways of trying to be the hero. Each person trying to be a hero, I guess. It's the best way to put it.
So Krolos getting a lot of intel by way of omission out of that drone, and then at the end, able to get eyes on DCMH, and that's going to force DCMH to move, maybe prematurely. We'll see as Bobik takes out Prodigy on the initiation. We might actually have a B site push here. Krolos takes out DCMH. The spike is in the site, but there hasn't been a plant yet. Yet more caution from Sacramento State. There's Bo3 now putting it down. Was planting, has to restart.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, and then gets killed. Bobik is able to take out Bo3 with the Odin, and that make things a little hairy here for Sacramento State as Krolos takes out Chris. That's 3 for Krolos. It's a great round for him, but still no plant as the Hunter's Fury goes down. Bobik trying to salvage it there, not able to. So now instead we get a 2v1 as Bobik has to make something happen.
That, or it's going to go back to an even play, and this game could be the one that goes back and forth. So of course one takes it.
Bobik was able to make it to the spike. Has chosen to hold on to the Odin. We'll see. Oh, we'll see how that goes. Well, there's Eli down.
Oh, and he wasn't able to turn it around. If he would have kept that same way, he would have seen Krolos coming.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, you don't have perfect information. You don't have all of that there, and it's one of the things Sova really, as an agent, looks to get. But unfortunate that Bobik wasn't able to do that, and now Sacramento State has tied it up. They have come roaring back in the second map, keeping their hopes alive. As a reminder, we've been trying to keep it focused on the match, but we like to say something around here. Guys, please behave in the chat and be nice to each other, especially if there's one person supporting the team and everybody else in the chat is supporting another team and y'all want to dogpile. Big dogs that I like are friendly, okay?
Yes,
So
we all like
keep it chill. All right.
We all like big dogs and friendly banter, and this is how we like to keep it. This is the great.
I'm gonna be serious about it for a second because it really is unnecessary. And I'm sorry to do this during the middle of a game, even, but it's really, really not worth it. You want to support your team? That's great. Pop off for 0 when he gets brilliant knife kills like that, and is all around on the on Jet making things happen. But please don't waste time and embarrass your team by dogpiling one person in the chat. If it's clear that you're making them uncomfortable, you know you're not actually making the other team uncomfortable. You're just making things work for people watching. And as casters, we're trying to make it hype for everybody. So please help us help y'all, and don't be toxic in the chat. Make jokes that are relevant to gameplay and keep that other personal stuff where it belongs, which is in the trash. But you're not watching trash, you're watching brilliant collegiate Valorant League players. Okay, thank you very much. DCMH gets another kill, looking great. No spike down here as we are in round 19. And a very intense, very tight match between Sacramento State and Dominguez Hills.
Going back to even now, this is where we got to keep it. This is what we want to see. This is the hype we got to do. 0 getting the knife kills. This is what we should be talking about.
Bo3 waking up. We saw Bo3 get so much work done in the first map. There's 2 kills. And now it's Bobik versus Bo3.
Going for that defuse. Got it to the halfway point. Now it's going to stay there. Bo3 trying to get, they're both trying to get the angle on each other.
Oh, they're trying to get the quick flick. And not able to get it done. Bo3, what a job there. 3 kills in the site. Again, Bo3 clutching it out. Getting the lead for Sacramento State for the first time in this half of game number 2.
That goes there.
In the 9 now. Guns are all out here. It's gonna be heavy investment from both sides here as we get to the end of this map, one way or another. If you're Sacramento State trying to salvage the season, hopes were high coming into this. Dominguez Hills, a disappointing regular season, hoping to get a team out into the second round, and we'll have to see as they've now fallen behind, and we'll have to make something happen. Prodigy gets the early kill on Bobik.
How have we seen Sac State kind of like do that reversal that we were talking about in match 1?
We're seeing them play more together. I like to bring it back to the point of don't try to be a hero. I mean, I get everyone wants to be a hero. That's, you know, what video games kind of tend for us to be, is let's be that hero. But in a strategy game like this, you can't be the hero. You got to be able to make sure you're playing with your team. And if you've seen with Sac State, they've been sticking together. Even if they have an eco round, they've actually won a lot of their eco round because they've stuck together.
Indeed, yes. They are playing well as a unit here. As we see the spike down, DCMH gonna have to try and reinitiate. Dongle and Chris have done well, but this time a little out of position. And I'm gonna keep it blunt with you. Killjoy and Breach, not exactly the agents I want to have on a retake, but the agents that they have, as you see, the Killjoy does get a detain. We'll see if they get the follow up there. They're into the site. DCMH laying the covering fire. Dongle able to take out Bo3. And it was a defuse there as Chris made quick work. Excellent usage of abilities there. Just as I was questioning whether or not those were agents I wanted on the defuse, they moved in and basically through the Killjoy ult and other abilities from Breach were able to seal off the area, get the defuse down, and only needed to get one more kill to finish out the round. So let the lesson be learned. There's people who talk about it and people who are actually in charge of doing it. And one is definitely better at it than the other.
Going into this next, I mean, we are neck and neck right now, and it's only 3 to win if no one else takes it. I mean, technically it's 2, So they can both go back to 11 and then 2 from there. Otherwise, we're back and forth all the way up to, I think the regulation is what, 15? And then they call it a draw or something like that, right?
Well, we can't. The thing is, we can't have draws in the playoffs, so it's a little different here. As Krolos gets the kill on DCMH, Prodigy took out 0 early, so Sacramento State looking to make the idea a little moot here. It's up to Bobic as Prodigy comes into the site and takes out Bobic with a couple of shots. Eli gets dongle, and it's now another 5v1 as Chris finds out which site the spike went down on. And bad news, it's not on B. And now you've got 5 hardened killers looking for a killjoy.
Look at Sac State going flawless into 11-10. This is what we should be talking about right now.
Indeed, now
if that can get through to people. Please. We have to watch this sometimes as well.
11-10 here for Sacramento State. They have mustered a great deal of resilience, fighting their way back, getting themselves into position to salvage this map, push it to a 1-1 situation, potentially set up yet another marathon set between these two schools, who are, well, let's just say not exactly the best of friends, but they maybe end up being the fiercest of rivals if they keep having matches like these. You see the work here being done. More leverage here on the C side. It looks like Dominguez Hills has rotated Chris around. Chris had been in the B site for a majority of these pushes. Now they're going to set Chris up here on the C side alongside Bobic. And that is where the majority of force is showing here for Sacramento State, as Eli may know it, may not. There's a couple of targets here.
And 0 getting Eli.
Joke's over. You're dead.
I mean, you also gotta be thinking, what is the team's going through? What is Dominguez Hills Gold going through? It's like, look, we've won the first round. We gotta push as much as we can. We gotta win this. That's what I would be trying to go through. It's like, you know, we've already won first game. Why can't we win the second one? We're done for the night, you know?
Well, it's the feeling, but it's easy to say and it's much harder to do, especially when Sacramento State responds as well as they have thus far. But it's a lot of follow through. You've got to be consistent. You've got to call out well. You've got to shoot well, position yourself accurately. They tried to make the adjustment to get Chris over into the other site, but they were pulled away. Work was done, and now you see the flashes coming down. Bo3 putting up a fight there. DCMH able to get the kill, and now an opportunity to get a defuse here. It's up to Mitchell.
One enemy remaining.
Look at Mitchell getting
Krolos as well.
and taking out 0, a very strong player.
Yeah, I think that was Krolos on the Hunter's Fury there, getting the job done. And Dongle just gonna go ahead and bounce out, try to save this Phantom.
12-10. This is match point. Match point. Map point. Whatever. You know, it's what it is. It's this round match point.
It's honest. It's map point, right? We're so used to saying match point. Oh yeah, they win this map and they win the game. Nope, not in the playoffs. You got to come harder than that.
And it looks like Sac State's being the big dog this time on this. If they take this, if they do. Both sides, you know, they fought very hard. But can DH come through?
say both sides fought really hard, did the best. You know, nobody wants to lose, especially in the playoffs. They want to come strong.
No matter what, everyone did a great job at the end of the day.
We root for both sides.
I mean, I would tell everybody they're gonna get pizza no matter what, but I can't spread that much pizza that many different ways, so that would just be a lie.
You know, if you do take one piece of pizza and get like a very thin knife, you might be able to spread it 1,000 different ways.
But how the big dog's gonna eat small pizzas? Then? Answer that question for me.
I don't know, man. Maybe they're chihuahuas.
Big dog a small pizza.
Maybe they're all chihuahuas. You know, they just act like big dogs.
Oh, it's all bark and no bite. Ooh. Well, right now, Dominguez Hills is looking all right. They have an agent advantage. Krolos and Bo3, Prodigy still up here for Sacramento State as they're forced to rotate around and find a different route. Dominguez Hills responding well at the first map point for Sacramento State. We will have to see.
30
See the
seconds
smoke
left.
coming down here. That's from DCMH. So maybe an early statement there, showing that they are aware that it's a rotation over to C. We'll have to see what the response here is, how Dominguez Hills handles this as Bo3 gets the plant down. Chris has a shot there on Krolos, but isn't able to finish.
That is not, yep, not able to finish. But DCMH able to get Bo3. Prodigy does take out Barbrick and Crow's DCMH.
Now down to 0, trying to save this map. They had the Blaze Storm out, but they flipped it. They missed the shot opportunity. And now it's going to be much harder as you have to turn the corner only with the Judge and the Blaze Storm against two opponents who know where you are. What is Zero going to do?
You might as well go for it because you're going to... There we go. They did not lose. It's the map point. All right, map point. They lost that map point. So now we're going into the third game.
What a job there. And now it is 1-1. We are going to the final map. It could be no other way with Dominguez Hills versus Sacramento State. I'm sorry for anybody who thought that this might be over quickly. I'm sorry. I know you had hopes. I know you had dreams, but it's just not how these two teams operate. Okay? It's like asking for a Twitch chat to be a tea party filled with greetings and tidings of good joy. They just don't want to do it.
We ask it all the time at the beginning, just be nice, but you know what? Hey, you
not gonna be able to do it. We
want the chat to be nice. We want the chat to be buttery smooth, but it's not always the case. So we got to heat up that butter again. You know what I mean? It's got a little someone left in the fridge for too long.
Nah, you can't let it get cold. Got to be hot.
It's got to be hot. We got to spread that butter on our toast.
Stop! You make me hungry, man. Talking about pizza, now we're talking about butter toast, all this stuff. Come on, man.
All right, you can't lie. Butter toast with cinnamon slaps.
I ain't actually never put cinnamon on it. That sounds
You
good,
never
though.
put cinnamon on buttered toast?
Nah, you might have turned me on to an idea. I'm gonna keep it 100% honest with you.
He's onto something there.
Yeah, doesn't it sound good?
It isn't amazing. Is it like I don't know, maybe down where I'm at culturally, like Arizona, that's just our thing.
The ship calling in the mothership, but we get another intermission in between the second and third map.
All right. Also, taking a waffle and butter that thing up in cinnamon, wonderful. Crunchy waffle.
I'm just asking, are we getting another break between the before the third map? Because I might need to run to the store to get some bread real quick.
Get some Texas toast.
I might need to get some cinnamon for my drink.
You can't get like you have to mix cinnamon and sugar, so it's a little bit sweet. Otherwise, straight cinnamon, horrible. It's not good.
No, I'm not interested in taking no cinnamon challenge.
Well, I guess as we wait for as Mothership to get back to us, if we're taking another 5-minute break, to posture check, water, maybe go to the bathroom real quick. You know, we all might be big dogs, big cats, big horses, big elephants,
big pineapples,
big kiwis. I don't know.
Small dogs too. Small dogs.
Small dog, big dog, big small variations of any type of animal you want to be related to. We all got to use the bathroom, take a hydrate, take a posture check, whatever we got to do. You know, there is one question I want to bring back from the preseason. Why are kiwis hairy?
Oh my god, my least favorite discourse.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Do we get the confirmation from Mothership that we are taking
ship right there just popped in and said, all right.
That was it.
All right, we will be taking an intermission. Get yourself postured up. Get yourself some cinnamon and buttered toast. Get yourself ready for the map number 3. We will find out who will move on and who will fall by the wayside in this first round of the playoffs here between Sacramento State and Dominguez Hills Gold on the other side of this break.
All right, we'll see you guys in a minute. A couple.
Hey guys.
pineapples. I don't like pineapples. Why does a pineapple look like a giant grenade
Oh my god.
type thing?
Or is it grenades that look like tiny pineapples?
Whatever,
Think
I
about
don't
that.
know. But why pineapple on pizza? Pizza is not supposed to be sweet. It's supposed to be buttery, delicious, and thick.
Big Rip, how you doing?
I'm great because we're back. And we're on to match 3 between DH Gold versus Sac State. And anything else you
I-
guys like to add to the pizza discourse?
I should get like get a whole outfit, get the cards, be like round 3,
Yep.
I
round.
support that.
You support
You
that?
are
Alright.
the ring
I'll
bearer.
have to shave my legs because they're quite hairy.
We're gonna get you
We're
V-neck
actually-
slimmed up, make it fit real tight, get you a nice little Speedo.
Make sure you can see all that. I'll make sure I shave this and shave that.
Yeah.
We'll get all the
Get you a Speedo the same color as the light and McRid's background. This is what you
Blue.
want, gamers, right? That was the idea. This is what we
Blue.
talked about in the break.
Oh, so while I wasn't here, y'all talking about me getting into the Speedo, shaving my legs, so I was just waxy clean, and then I think I put that part in there. But either way, pizza and pineapple, I don't understand it. Anyways, we gotta get back into someone talking about something else about anything.
Sacramento State, Dominguez Hills Gold. It's gonna be Ascent. It's gonna be the last map of this match, one way or another. But please do tune in because we are not anywhere close to being done for tonight. We have another match happening as well as another signature McRib interview. McRib, would you mind elaborating just a little bit on those two things for us before we get into this final map?
Of course. So whoever takes this match, I'll be interviewing them right after the match. We're going to take a brief little intermission and then we'll get some insight into how they won, what their strengths are, and what to look forward to in the competition moving forward. And then after that, we're going to go into another break and then we'll be going into our second match of the evening, which is going to be between SDSU White versus DH Burgundy. So we're going to see 2 DH teams play tonight.
Nice. Gonna get some rivalry going on.
Indeed, as it looks like we had another ping issue. Somebody dropped out, unfortunately. I'm trying to see who that was on the DH side. Somebody had a desync. So we're gonna have to wait just a little bit as somebody gets back onto.
And I think
the
this might
server.
be a good transition into, because we were supposed to talk about this before, but if you guys are struggling with any sort of like emotional trauma or whatever, maybe someone's, took a piece of your heart, ripped it out, threw it away, whatever it might be, depression, anger, tilting, all of those above, and you need someone to talk to or you need to come and really plug in with somebody else, get gaming with other people, explore that, come to the Discord that we have for the Gamers EDU. Also, come to the site, thegamersedu.org, I believe, right? .org. So, we're here to help. We all go through this. Heck, sometimes it's recent in our lives. It's still there. It's still a wound that's just happened. So either way, we're all here for you. We got the resources. This is part of us. This is the gaming community. Of course, there's always toxic. You can't take one bad apple to judge the rest. So let's be those good apples. Let's help each other out. This is what this community is made for. This is what we are representing. So this is just a PSA while we wait for that ping issue to be fixed.
Well said, Ben. I'm proud of you, man. That was great.
Thank you. I practiced that in my head for probably like 2.5 seconds. So I'm glad it came out good.
Handle it, man. I'm really proud of you, man. That was dope. It unfortunately looks like we had a power outage. My goodness. So in a quick second while somebody's got to get their PC back up and booted. Unfortunately, we are in the era. People are playing remotely. We got to deal with it. We appreciate you all hanging tight with us as we get closer and closer to be able to finish this. We have this time to talk about it now. It is 1-1. Sacramento State was able to even it back up. Would like to ask you too, while we're waiting, do you have any predictions for this final map? Do you have an inkling one side or the other as we enter into the final map? Who's going to be able to take this and advance on in the playoffs?
I mean, if you asked me probably back in the preseason where we've seen, like, I'm just going back to as Sac State has gotten some new members, and we've already seen 2 games of them. So I mean, we kind of starting to have a feel of how they play. And honestly, the DH Gold and the Sac State are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, cool, I'm gonna have this team win, or I'm gonna have this team win. I honestly can't say with confidence that one team is gonna win over the other. Now, if we took like an immortal bracket team, one of the bottom teams, maybe put them together and be like, all right, here we go. I can confidently say this. Not saying, underdogs can't take it. We have seen that happen. But overall, I'm not going to confidently say one side or the other.
We'll make a prediction.
You still want me to make a prediction? Even after the whole rant where I said, all right, well, what do you guys, if you want me to make a prediction, can I go last? Can I be that kid in class that's like, teacher, can I go last?
That's fair. I think that's fair. I mean, from everything we've seen, I would have to wonder basically which side is ready to go longer, because we've seen Dominguez Hills Burgundy, we've seen Gold do well in short bursts. We've seen them get out to hot starts. We've seen them do well to establish a lead that they can kind of go through and finish rounds off of the round advantages that they've had. But the longer this has gone on, it seems like the stronger Sacramento State has had as we enter into this third map. We have to wonder if that will be the case, if Sacramento State can keep extending and keep pushing these matches further and further on. If, the idea of, maybe fresh legs in a sense, their sense of newness, if that bracket or that roster turnover is to their advantage. But if I was forced to pick and I had to choose a side, as McRib is apparently intent on making us do.
Very intent.
I would choose Dominguez Hills Gold.
Oh, okay.
I would just be honest with you. I will say that I think just based off of the performance we've seen, I think at the end of the day, you get a jet the caliber of Zero. If I have to make a raw guess, that may be the deciding factor. But all that said, you never know. And we've seen so many people step up from Sacramento State over the course of this match that I wouldn't say it with so much confidence.
I'll say DH2, just because I feel like this little break is kind of probably what gave Sac State some life. So I'm going to hope that they're taking this time to like really analyze their gameplay objectively and really start this match with like a, new attitudes and a new perspective.
Well, I guess I should have went first, because if I say DH Gold, it sounds like we're all biased. So I guess I gotta go Sac State. So Sac State, you better pull something out for me, please.
Nah, so you had to set yourself up, man. You be the lone person to say Sacramento State, and then you're like representing the underdog, say like, to back them up. But to be honest, I speaking for myself, but I feel comfortable saying this. We've been enjoying all of these matches so far, and I just want to say appreciate all the players and all the team members who have stepped up. Appreciate the people in the chat who, take the time to watch and support their schoolmates or the students at the schools who are competing, because it takes a lot to strap up, boot in, and compete. It takes a lot to be willing to lose and put yourself out there. So nothing but respect for both teams. But the time for niceties is over. Map 3 begins. Zero taking the first shots here, looking to get something started. Taking a little bit of damage back, as it will be Dominguez Hills Gold on the defense here. In a sense, Sacramento State on the attack as we begin round number 1.
Ooh, and Jet almost getting that shot off as well.
Yeah, forced out of that area here, and now forced over to the A site.
And what do you think?
Go ahead.
For DH Gold, what do you think the idea is here? Are they going to try to... We do see Zero always does like try to be that hero. Do you think Zero is maybe going to start reeling that back a little bit? Or...
Yeah, Zero tried to retreat there. They were put in a pretty bad position, and they were forced basically all the way back into the A site. And it was a follow-up from Sacramento State. As Zero retreated, there was no response from Dominguez Hills to alleviate that pressure. And Sacramento State has followed up well from that. As we are back on ascent for this final map, it is important to note that we are now having Sacramento State begin as the attackers. If I recall the first game correctly, they started on defense on that side, and it looks like attackers' advantage as now Sacramento State will open up and take the first game of our final map.
And this is it. This is that single elimination. Either you're going home at home or you're winning at home. Yeah. I mean, there's no.
Look, it's win or your wall may be in danger, right? That's the cliche for gamers.
Hey, also the cliche is just go outside, experience trees. I don't have any of that here. I have dirt, so really it's just inside for me. Either way, I'm glad to see we got things going on.
Yeah, Mitchell gets the early kill here on 0. Yo, I stayed 0, right? I was like, yeah, if all chips are down, I'm gonna throw everything on 0, and yeah, I'm looking great there. But it's only the first 2 rounds.
That it is, but the first 2 rounds can't determine a lot. They got that momentum going. That's it. As we
you do not want to fall too far behind.
Eli coming around that corner. They're right next to each other. Eli taking Chris out as Chris was not looking for that corner shot.
And now a 2-agent advantage for Sacramento State as they once again march into the A side. Prodigy will get the plant.
Spike planted.
And it will be on Dongle to initiate this retake. Damage happening around the back. Eli with the flank here gets 2 more for 3 on the round, and Prodigy cleans up Dongle. It's a flawless for Sacramento State and a hot start. They look to get it done. The Stingers are up and out. Sacramento State looking to press, push, and maybe finish this set off with a dominating effort as they jump out to a quick 2-0 lead.
If DH Gold is a big dog, would that mean that Sacramento State is a big B?
I will be their nightmare.
You mean like a bumblebee?
I don't know. Is there such thing as a big B? Can we make it just a big B?
I mean, there are murder hornets, but I don't feel like that.
Okay, can we have a giant murder hornet that's the size of a dog, so it's kind of like the same?
No, I don't want you to speak that. No, we're not talking about that anymore.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. It's 2020. I did not mean to speak that because who knows?
Why'd you give them ideas? We only have 15 more days, man. Why?
And that's version 2.0 coming out, and that's a new update in 2021. We hope 2021 is all it can be good, but who knows? 2020 has been rough.
Yeah. Well,
that's why we bring you Valorant, because we're trying to hype your house up. Yeah.
Now here it's a B-side stack, as you can see, for Sacramento State, and Dongle once again finding himself alone on that site, has to give up the ground as the movement comes through, and it's a B-side plant here. This is a formation out of Dominguez's hillside from the way that they played it on attacking round the last time we were on Ascent, and we'll have to see how they defend their idea. It's a bloodless plant goes through again, and now it's a full side here for Dominguez Hills as they try to initiate, but Eli gets the early kill there on DCMH, but gets caught out trying to phase through.
We're going back and forth like checkers right now, taking pieces and pieces.
Bobby tries to get through, but Krolo shuts it down.
Taking out Dongle 0, but Bobrick, but Bo3 able to clean it up on Bobrick as he tries to take everybody out. 3-0. This is different because in the two other games, the DH was the leader of the momentum. And we have seen once Sac State does get momentum, it is hard to stop their momentum.
Yeah, and like that was what I mentioned, right? Early starts being very important for both sides, right? Sacramento State needing to not fall behind like they had in the first map. Dominguez Hills putting together an entire round instead of just kind of fizzling out. But right now it looks like Sacramento State has picked up the sense of urgency. They've initiated great pushes, and now it's looking like maybe this is Sacramento State's map as, again, they get the first kill. But just as I say that, I should remind you all that in the first map, it was Dominguez Hills' goal to win up 4 rounds to 0. And though they did win the map, it ended up being 13-9. So it wasn't without a bit of resistance on the other end. So we have to watch that as Prodigy mows down Chris. Looks good. DCMH able to get a kill there on Krolos. Stem a little bit of momentum.
Spike planted.
Now. The spike down. Mitchell watching Heaven Prodigy as well. Eyes on it. They're going to have to be a little wary. Can't get all focused on one side here. No, instead it was Bo3 on the cams who gets the spot there. But Dongle still gets the opportunity. Takes down Prodigy as Eli moves forward and takes out Bobic.
Now we got a 3-2 advantage.
Player standing.
Dongle trying to focus up.
Trying, but and then Bo3 cleaning up DCMH again. It seems like Bo3 kind of has a what's that word called? I can't think of the word, but
I mean, I would say Bo3 kind of got a thing for Ascent. It looked like.
We're at 4-0 Sac State. We were on 4-0 the first map, so it's crazy. This is really like an Uno reverse card here.
Yeah, it's complete turnabout, and they are on separate sides. It was 4 rounds straight for the attackers on the first map. Here it is again, back on that same map for map number 3, and it's 4-0 for the attackers again. If you're Dominguez Hills Gold, you're hoping to change things and make it different. If you're Sacramento State, you're like, nah, keep the same energy y'all had the first time we played on this map. Let us go up 4-0, and then let us win 13-9.
I mean, if it happens out that way, but right now we got Mitchell still looking good with taking out Chris. Trippy taking out Zero. It looks like Trippy and then Playboy also have been very good, but DCMH finally coming back, switching it around.
And then Dongo helping out there to take out Prodigy. Prodigy on their 3rd agent of this set has switched around each time. And maybe that has something to do with it. The agent swap around strategy for Sacramento State where nobody's staying on the same. Well, it's not that nobody's staying on the same agent. They've had a few changes. You see right there, Dongle gets slowed down.
But Mitchell with the ultimate. What a great ultimate use right there.
Yeah, and so now Mitchell was on Phoenix. Last time Mitchell was on Omen. And so just swapping around who's on what agent. It's the same formation, but different players. And I wonder if that's part of why Dominguez Hills has not been able to respond very well in this half, as we see now Bobic and DCMH looking to get them on the board. It's a defuse attempt here from Bobic. DCMH gets
what a great teleport. There we go. Now we're starting to stop the momentum on the Sac State side.
Yep. The script as written being followed here. Stopping the bleeding. Also, shout outs to Radiance GG.
I just saw that gifting 10 subs in the chat. What an amazing person. Thank you for helping all of us out. This really, that's awesome.
Shout outs to Radiance. Shout outs to Chico, who we spoke to earlier before this match started. Radiance letting you know, showing some love to everybody in the chat. And we love Radiance GG. Right now,
they
if you're
love
Dominguez
players. Make sure you check them out.
Yeah. So you want to play well, huh? You want to be a winner?
You gotta link up with Radiance GG and get on their site.
You want to be the very best? The best that ever was?
You gotta play with the best.
All right, now, as we move in to round number 6.
Very quiet. A little too quiet.
Yeah, it's been slow plays. It's done well for the attacker side, no matter the team here at 0 on the short corner. We've seen them do well. There's one here.
But Bo3 has been able to take out 0.
That's a great flick from Bo3 as well to finish that off. 0 on Jet. So quick to get out of those types of sequences, as we see DCMH lopped off there from Heaven. The flame wall out. Now the smoke out. Bullets coming through. DCMH has to fall back as the plant goes down.
Bobby trying to get some shots off. Almost had it as well. The shoulder was popped. Probably just enough. He probably could have got that wall bang off.
See, they're giving DCMH still trouble there up on the top side as DCMH tries to find a way to get an angle, get some shots on. Krolos taking out Dongo. DCMH now with 2 on Mitchell, Krolos, and then a 3rd on Prodigy. It's 3 for DCMH. He needs 1 more for the 4-piece clutch. Holla at your boy. Just a couple more moments to the defuse. Don't call my house. Don't come around here.
Setting up the foundations and all for his house right there.
Doing it again.
It seems like maybe it's as some people picked up on McRib saying that Uno reverse card. They started off strong. Is that momentum stopping? Is this Uno reverse card in play?
But this is actually really, really weird because we watched Bo3 get a 4K clutch in the first map and almost, I think it was the exact same round to make it 4-2. So like, it's a little creepy right now. I can promise you we're all live, but it's just the way things are going right now.
Did they just take the game and just record it and flip it or something?
Flip it? No way Zero's giving up like that. You see the Blaze Storm, you see the operator. Zero looking to punch through, make this 4-3. Switch it around. But, you know, Sacramento State is not going to die quietly. They're not going to give up. Oh, beautiful smoke there. Great job. Oh yeah, look at the
right on him.
Prodigy.
Oh, Prodigy. Zero, you had him like twice.
And there's 2 there for Prodigy. The second chance at life leads to 2 kills. The teleport goes up into heaven. Hey, who's that? Who's trying to be on top side? Who's higher than the Prodigy? Who knows better than he?
Prodigy knows all.
DCMH, there was a kill on Eli.
They're gonna have to go up there, and if Prodigy's still there, they're gonna be walking right into a bullet storm.
With a high ground advantage, none better than with the gun in your hand, but it remains to be seen here as DCMH had a clutch in them last round. Dominguez Hills may need one more. See right there, there's a pop-up, Prodigy falls.
DCMH was tired of Prodigy. There's
Dongle with the flash. DCMH takes that advantage, gets 3. There's Mitchell, but it's Bo3 saying you can't take my swag.
I said you ain't gonna take my toy. That's mine. That's a boy's toy. That nope. We're gonna take that one back. Never mind.
Yeah. All right. Well,
it's out on the internet. Someone's gonna clip it and it's like, look at OG Ben talking about. Never mind. We're just. Anyways, next segment of it all.
Nah, man. It was a Funko Pop, just like the ones in the background. That's what he was talking about.
Exactly, a boy's toy.
Yeah, obviously, clearly.
Oh wait, no, they can't. We're not.
They can't see it. No, we messed up. Anyway, round number 8. When are those better casters coming in? Huh? Right? Am I right, guys?
We are the best we ever gonna get.
Oh my God. Bo3 fresh off of clutching out a round there, stemming the bleeding and keeping Sacramento State at advantage. Momentum halted, and now we are back evened up. Zero heavily invested, lost an ult, lost an operator. You see now Zero looking to be more aggressive with nothing but a pistol and some abilities. Krolos mows down Zero. It'll not be a heroic round for Zero, nor for DCMH. It's gonna need to be somebody else.
Dongle, shoot, just blindly shoot.
They don't know, and Eli, Krolos, they follow up. The spike is down, and it's Bobik. Nothing to save. It was a rough round.
Bobik, hey, it's okay. Save the shot. Save the shorty. You got it.
I mean, honestly though, if you're Bobik, what's a shorty, right? Maybe you fish around, see if you can get a couple of shots off.
I mean, why not? If you can get like 2 shots off, you might be able to pay for another weapon. Pay for a better weapon.
Put a gun on the ground and see what you can do. We'll have to see how it goes. As you see Prodigy remaining disciplined. It's a well-disciplined post-plant scenario here for Sacramento State as they keep eyes on heaven.
They're trying to bait them out too. You see they're getting those pop shots off, but it looks like Bobik, you're gonna die from the you're alrighty, I guess. I mean, come on, guys. Like,
I don't want this shorty anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
no, it's not a gun you're gonna look. They just bought it Odin. Look, right? Just bought Odin. Well, it's well played from Sacramento State now with a 6-2 advantage. Got out to the 4-0 lead, then a couple of tremendous plays. DCMH looking great on a 4K, but as we saw the last time, it's hard to get over a 4-round deficit. It's really tough to climb back out of that hole. And it's looking grim here for Dominguez Hills Gold, at least in the first half.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what much more you can say, because we're on round 9. Someone's gonna take this, of course, and then we got 3 more after that.
Well, the money is there now for Dominguez Hills. At least here in this round, they'll be able to offer up a defense. We see Zero able to get that first shot, that kill. And now is that a big rotation out of Dominguez Hills Gold? But oh, maybe not. No, I'm bugging. But they're not overly committed, as we see Chris sighting down. And Sacramento State hasn't committed either. You can tell they're playing back, a little more patient.
Swarm grenade out.
Zach's probably trying to figure out what's their next move. And it seems like, they are still trying to push A. They haven't split yet. We do have a lot of people watching many angles as well. They do have all 5 right now. DC is looking pretty good. Oh, but Bo3 taking out Chris even from that far. Bobrick on the Odin. Eli taking out Zero when he tried to get that long flank around them.
Now a wall fight with an Odin is a bad proposition, and you see the wise choice there. It's like, no, I'm not gonna press it. That's an Odin on the other side of this wall. Don't need to fight it. But Bobik's still able to take out Prodigy. Able to hunt it down, and then the response here, DCMH able to take out Bo3. Eli responds, gets the revenge there, but the spike is down. So time now on the side of Sacramento State as Eli's third kill of the round.
Eli's on DCMH, Bobrick all alone. The spike is down. He has to rush it.
Ooh.
But it looks like Bobrick's gonna keep the Odin for the next round.
Yeah, it's a smart decision economy-wise. Bobrick may be willing to drop a shorty, but certainly doesn't want to lose Odin. With 3 rounds to go, as you mentioned, Bent, there's still quite a lot of Valorant to be played. No matter how these rounds go, there's still much more to be said, but Bobrick doing well to make that decision, and Sacramento State doing well now, pushing out to a lead. They can give themselves a really strong cushion. If they're able to even get 1, maybe 2 more rounds, they'll put themselves in a great position to complete this comeback and make their way into the next round.
And what I'll say also is, like, I think what's contributing to DH kind of floundering is Zero being these, like, early picks. Like, they cannot afford to lose, especially because he's just been outperforming, like, at least in the first match. So him being, like, the first pick or him being, like, second or third, it's just not good for them.
And just as you were saying that, Zero went down again. It was Mitchell that time who got the kill on Zero. And so another round where Zero's not going to be able to make an impact. And like you said, and it was one of the things that, we've kind of talked about as being a major Achilles heel for Dominguez Hills is that they can be a bit top heavy, right? They can be a bit over reliant on heroics from a single member of the team. And when somebody's getting shut down the way Zero has been in this half, the rest of the team has to take up. They've got to follow through, and they've got to prevent it from becoming a snowball effect. They haven't been able to do that. Even as Chris gets the shot there, you see the immediate follow-up, and it's now 8-2 from Sacramento State. This is the final test for Dominguez Hills. If they are not able to respond moving into the second half, when they go on the attack. And this is what I think is really a huge factor. And Ben, I'll ask your thoughts on this, but do you feel like at this point it's too late for Dominguez Hills? Sacramento State has the 8-2 advantage, and they're going to be defending with the opportunity to clutch this out and finish this set. Do you think Sacramento State has done enough to prove your prediction correct and to take this set?
I mean, let's just hypothetically think that DC or DH Gold takes these next 2, right? We got a 4-8 going into the next one. That's another 4 wins that are very easily accessible to
Bobby's about to get 3,
and even with the shotgun too. So like, they're playing very well, keeping their shots close, they know what they're playing against, and Sac is really adapted to it. I see Sac winning this right now. As of right now, in the way that DH Gold is playing, it's in Sac's favor.
Indeed, it is. Even with 3 kills, Bobic, did a great job, but still the spike goes down. Lone Krolos here in the bottom here gets the eyes on Dongle, but not able to get any shots off. There's the 4th kill for Bobic, but there's a bigger job to be done here. If they're gonna salvage this round, it's close, but I think Bobic's gonna get it done. Yes, the Thrifty as Bobic, the short corner, the shotgun spread, got 3 kills with the shotgun and then a 4th off to the plant. salvaging that round for Dominguez Hills, keeping the light on for them as hope dwindles. Moving into this, our final round of our 12-round half. Because Eli can count to 12. Now,
There you go. There you go.
new improvements on the commentator bots. They can now count to 12. Yes.
When did we get this upgrade? I can only count to 5. I didn't get that upgrade. Is that when you reset that one game?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, well, I need to do my reset. I need to boot down and start back up. I mean, we'll have to see if that one win was enough to kind of slow the roll on Sac State side, or Sac State gonna get this other win going 9 to. It's hard to see right now.
It would be 9 to 3 if they were able to get this round. Yeah. Well, we see right there, 0 on the operator gets an early kill. That's a great start. You know, you kind of want to see your operator get at least 1 kill in a round. You know, you spend $5,000 on a weapon, you kind of want to see it in the kill feed. Find out here.
It is a back and forth right now. They're taking pop shots. We got a 4v4, so it's still pretty even. We do see them.
And importantly here for Dominguez Hills, this time after the initiation come down, even at, well, they lose 2 here, so this might change, but the spike wasn't down, but now a big advantage for Sacramento State as they move over into the A site. It'll be Mitchell setting up on the bottom. It'll be a plant there. Bobbitt gets 1, that's great, but they're gonna need a couple more and they're gonna need a defuse.
Honestly, Sac State doesn't even need to push that much.
That arrow. Much information.
Oh, what great shooting there from Bobbitt. Excellent use of the terrain to get another kill.
1 enemy remaining.
There's Bobbitt with their 3rd kill. Again, Bobbitt shouldering the load.
But you gotta get that defuse. You gotta, and clutches it out. What a great play. Going now 9 to 3.
He did so much work for us. He did so much work.
That is a bummer. Bobbitt literally got 7 kills in 2 rounds, and the team went 1-1 in them. You gotta feel Bobbitt's pain, but Crollo stepping it up, saying, "Put respect on my Sova. Put respect on my name." The positioning there, able to counterattack, and now 9 to 3. Sacramento State, as the defenders, only needs 4 rounds to complete a 2-map turnaround and win this entire playoff set. What are we gonna see here? We get closer and closer to this pistol round beginning. Bent, you're looking like your prediction is correct. What are you seeing from Sacramento State? What do you like about their play thus far?
I'll be honest. I think what really helped is that they got that momentum off at the beginning. I feel like I'm a broken record. There wasn't any heroes. That makes sense. There was team play more than anything else. You could see the communication going on, visuals being blocked, those being used to flank, to get around, to make sure the team was on where it needed to be. Unlike DH, where they were so strong in these first 2 games, they were sticking together. We were saying how polished they've become. You know, they've obviously been practicing this. And then in this game, we see 0 try to be the hero, go 0 to hero, but dude, he barely moved. He's still 0. And I don't mean to disrespect your name, but come on, man, you gotta play with the team.
Nah, we got to talk about it as it is. 0 has had a really rough map 3, and it's literally the worst time for that to happen. As we have another issue here, we had to have another pause as we try to make sure our wires are all separated, connected. Obviously, nobody wants to lose this on a desync. You really don't want to have that happen on your last legs as a team in the playoffs, and even as a team who's in the winning position at Sacramento State. The job needs to be done, right? You need to win. You don't want to get through on technicalities. It's very what's the word? Unsatisfying.
Yes.
So we get Bobic now able to reconnect. I believe we will now be able to get ourselves into this, our first round of the second half. Things begin here. A reminder, 9 to 3 here for Sacramento State. They only need 4 more rounds And with defender's advantage, it may just be a matter of time before they pull it out. But Dominguez Hills looking to make it happen as Krolos gets pushed early. And it's Dongle who gets the opening kill of the second half. Krolos goes down. A great start for Dominguez Hills.
Ooh, Prodigy getting taken down now. Is this being flipped around all of a sudden?
It's looking like it. Chris able to get the shots through the back there. And it's looking like the advantage will go to Dominguez Hills here. As Mitchell left alone, but oh, just like that, that's 2 kills for Mitchell now. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, no, never mind. Carry on. A little feistiness shown by Mitchell.
Gold getting some of that momentum. Are they going to be able to keep it, or is this next round going to be shattering it?
When we talked about like playing around kind of, 1 or 2 super prominent players, it is a playstyle that's super easy to counter though, which is why I think, at least in match 2, and I mean, DH kind of took that round, but why Sac State has been able to counter them a little better was kind of getting used to that playstyle and be like, okay, well, we can take out your carry, it's okay.
Yeah, no, Sacramento State, if anything, has shown that they're very willing to engage Zero in those very aggressive pushes. We've seen Zero favor, and if Dominguez Hills Gold doesn't follow up as an entire team, Sacramento State has shown they'll collapse on Zero and then fan out and just pick everybody else off one by one. They have no problem doing that. That's a great bit of insight. So you see now Bobbitt gets taken out and DCMH falls. It's rough goings here.
Well, I guess it's Sac State's coming back with a vengeance.
Yep, Chris gets one, and then we'll get into the site for a plant. Big for the money, even if they don't win this round, just to keep their finances up. Reminded that they do not have much margin of error here as Zero trying to make something happen, but that little pistol just not packing enough of a punch.
So as Trippy goes for the defuse, very.
Nobody
likes
here.
to play with it, I guess.
Just a little, nah. 10-4 now. 3 rounds away, Sacramento State. Zero had an opportunity, but with that pistol, you need headshots. That's really the only way to take out enemies in a short amount of time when they're that close to you and everybody's gonna know where you are after the first shot. Good news here for Dominguez Hills is that they will be able to equip themselves. You see some guns coming out here. A little bit of a little premature on the purchase, but considering the situation, Dominguez Hills doesn't really have a choice. They need to get rounds, and they need to get them in a hurry. Sacramento State is poised to carry the day.
We see Bobber coming out with the. Honestly, I can't even remember what that gun's name is called because I haven't seen it for a long time.
That's a rare purchase. Yeah.
Looks like the what is it called? Like an M14? Not is it M14? M16 or not M16? Like
What is it?
M1 Grand. Close enough.
Look at Eli here on the flank. There's one, and then out. Prodigy turns around and gets the other 2. It's Zero who gets the response. But while that happened, 3 members of Dominguez Hills died. What a quick little in and out move. Great coordination by Sacramento State. Eli flanks, gets 1, isn't greedy on the flank, right? Has 1 target, shoots them in the back, doesn't overextend, doesn't try to get another one, turns around. That turns around the members of Dominguez Hills. And while that happens, the step up on the other side as Krolos finishes off Zero. A beautiful play by Sacramento State. So well coordinated. Perhaps indicative of the entire set as they are now 11-4, 2 rounds away from closing it out.
I was just about to look at that. It's 2 rounds. That's it. And Sac takes this and wins their bracket.
It might be. I'm not gonna lie. I've made wrong predictions before. I don't have any hopes, but I will say this has been an incredible performance from Sacramento State to recover from that first map.
And that's why you vote for the underdog.
And now.
But you can never celebrate too early. That's what gets a lot of people.
Job not done. Not at all.
Staying strong.
Push
As Mitchell gets 1. Oh, I didn't even see Mitchell use the ultimate, so he's able to come back.
Yep,
Like
but
he never
Zero got
died.
2 with the Blaze Storm while we were watching that. Zero looking to get a 3rd. They're close up on Mitchell, but they get pushed away. Wow, good shooting there by Mitchell to force Zero off and get the spike down. A little bit more important than going hunting with
Zero going. Trippy taking. I thought he took both of them out on Ed, but Krolos taking out Bobrick and Trippy going for the defuse. One more. Well, now we can say it, Eli. Say it. Say it. You've been waiting to say it for real.
We are on match point.
Yes.
Not map point. Match
point.
point.
It is map point and match point here as Dominguez Hills has fallen into the pit of despair, perhaps the pit of no return. You get a series of 1 chance, right? There's now going to be at least 8 match points for Sacramento State if Dominguez Hills is able to make something happen, but well, it remains to be seen here. Sacramento State looking to sew it up, get themselves a wonderful reward in the first round of this playoffs.
Trippy gonna get the first kill. Now he's got
Crosshair was directly on his forehead.
Look how small it is too. That's how you play. Oh, and Zero taking out Eli.
I am taking out Zero, trying to clutch it up.
Come on, Zero. Can you switch it over to Hero? I'm sorry, the name it rhymes. I gotta use it. I feel like it's a good sentence. Whatever. Anyways, moving on.
Zero, they've given them the information away, and then the smoke went down, and they weren't looking. Oh no!
Prodigy taking advantage of it.
Zero mistiming the smoke, not knowing when it was gonna go away. Prodigy remained calm, remained patient, and the worst case scenario now for Zero and perhaps for Dominguez Hills, as you see, Chris's ult will at least force the way. It'll open up the B site. They'll be able to move in as Krolos tries to get something going, not able to get that done.
30 seconds left.
DCMH able to get the plant down. Hope springs still for Dominguez Hills.
Shadows traveling.
And a 3v3, it is even odds. We will see.
They do have the spike, so that is gonna push them to be a little bit more aggressive, and they can't play that far back and wait for them to come to them. We do have a strong player, DCMH, guarding that spike right now.
Yep, there's a shot set early, but they had to drop down to protect themselves.
Bo3 does get, but look at this! Honestly, the name went away, but Chris coming off with the clutch for themselves.
Chris not done yet. Dominguez Hills not finished. It's 5-12. Saving off 1 match point. And you're gonna have to do it again. And then again. Then again. Then again. Then again. Then again. And then again. I actually did. I lost count of again. I don't remember how many again I said.
Just one more again. Just, you know what? Just again times 100, because if we got to say it again, then at least we have another again to say.
Now we have another. We have another pause here. Another timeout. Sure, the issue is here. So we do get another timeout on the side of Dominguez Hills, but it's coming time for them to put up. There's not going to be much pauses. There's not going to be much time for them to wait. They're going to have to make something happen quickly.
Did we have a disconnect, or I wasn't able to see what was going on?
Nah, if I read it correctly in the chat, somebody's dog went into their room. Look, man, look, if the dog eats your homework, I'm sorry, you're going to have to take a 0 on this test. There's nothing you can do about it.
Alrighty then. I mean, if the dog don't eat your homework while you're playing Valorant, that's a... Can you get away with that in college? Is that something you can get away with?
I couldn't get away with it in middle school, but that might be because I didn't have a dog.
You can't eat your own homework, Eli. That's not how it works.
It's not recommended. You don't learn it better that way.
No?
Well, as we were talking, we saw one go down here. I believe it was Dongle going down on the side of Dominguez Hills, but there's Zero able to get a kill.
Oh, but Zero gets shot through the smoke. That close know where he was.
CMH takes out Mitchell there under the wall. And now Bobik trying to set up, but maybe harried off there by that Hunter's Fury. There's an opportunity, but it's Prodigy again.
And Prodigy has a spike. The spike is up in heaven. Just all they gotta do is wait for it, but defenders take it. Trippy getting the last kill. Sac State winning. Sac State taking the whole thing.
They did it. They make the comeback. They jump out to the strong lead, and they hold it down, reversing the victory on Ascent and winning 13-5.
13. Wow, what a turnaround. I mean, I guess I'm glad I voted for them in the end. It was great. It was a good prediction, so
you see what it is. And you look at this scoreboard, the balanced effort from Sacramento State. No one person really jumping out on their side. It was a complete team effort. We saw heroics from Bo3 early in the game. It wasn't enough in map 1. This time, just a couple of kills here and there to save a round. Mitchell, Prodigy doing well, keeping Zero off as an initial, as an initiator. They shut Zero down in this third map, and you see the effect that it had on Dominguez Hills. Not able to recover, and Sacramento State winning 2-1.
It's even insane to see Mitchell at the top of the scoreboard here. Like, I remember match 1, like, he was just struggling so hard.
I think it's just a warm-up game because, sometimes with playing mouse and keyboard, your fingers get cold. You got to let them warm up real quick.
Indeed. Well, whatever it was, Sacramento State's going to need to put it in a bottle and be ready to open it up again as they move on in the playoffs of our Diamond bracket. A reminder, the 12 teams of the league have been split into 2 halves. We have our Immortal side and our Diamond side. This match was on the Diamond side. Our next match tonight will be on the Diamond side. Before that, we have an interview, and I do know our very own Queen McRib has more information on that. Would you please bless us with our itinerary for the rest of the night, McRib?
Of course. So right after this, we're going to go into a little break, a little hydrate break. We've been getting a few of those because these are some long matches that take a lot out of us, even those of us watching. But right after that, I'm going to be interviewing the team captain of Sac State. We're going to get some insight into how they won, how it felt on their end, how the comms were on their end. And then we're going to take another break and go into our last match of the night, which is still going to be best out of 3, and it's going to be between SDSU White versus DH Burgundy. So we'll see how the other DH team fares.
All right. We will see you all on the other side. Enjoy the rest of your night. That will do it for myself and the OG Bent tonight. I am Eli the Curry. Been a pleasure seeing with you all.
I've been the OG Bent. Been a pleasure casting for you guys. You can always come check either one of us out. We're always here for you guys as well. Discord stuff, the website things.
Yeah.
Connections, Instagrams, Twitters, Twitch.
All that.
Whatever.
Get right down underneath the screen. Y'all know where. Just scroll down. You can find all of us. We there. We ain't hard to find.
It's all down there. I mean, heck, you can even Google me, I guess, right? Is that a thing? I don't know.
It is a thing. Google is a thing.
Oh yeah, it's Google. I don't know if I'm at all popular enough to be Googled yet, so who knows?
Yeah, but with that does it for us. I am your host, Queen McRib, and I'll see you after this break.
I will see you guys later. Stick around.